Philadelphia and this now just being a show that we would normally watch each week. But I still feel like the repercussions of WrestleMania weekend are going to be felt here. I still feel like there's going to be reverberations. There's going to be aftershocks. We know there's a tag title match that's going to go down tonight, right? So we know that there's going to be, as we said, repercussions. But yeah, I mean, this is a bit more of a normal show. No denying that. This is a bit more of a normal show. But I'm still very excited to see what we've got here. It's a weird feeling, to be honest. I mean, we've streamed excessively over the past few days. Obviously, we've done things like Speed last Wednesday. There was the stage reveal on Thursday, and WWE World starting on Thursday. We had SmackDown, we had the kickoff for WrestleMania, we had the Hall of Fame, we had Stand and Deliver, we had WrestleMania Day 1, we had WrestleMania Day 2, there was Slammies, there was Raw, there was Unseens, opinion videos, review videos. There was so much. There's been so much. It's been so enjoyable. I've so enjoyed it. And I hope that all of you have as well. It's weird. It's a weird feeling to be here now after all of that stuff. It kind of feels like it's all settling down. I don't know about you. I feel like we've been through something. I feel like I've been through something. I feel like this was a real experience. You know, it's weird because all you do is watching a show, but I feel like we'll look back on WrestleMania 40 and what's gone down, like, over the build and certainly over this weekend as, like, a real significant moment in the history of WWE. I mean, a lot of people are saying that's the best main event to a WrestleMania ever, right? That's a big statement. It's a big statement that that's the best WrestleMania main event ever, you know? It's a huge statement, but and maybe one that not everyone's going to agree with, right? But I still think that to even have it in the conversation, to even be in this position where we've got that as a conversation piece that really doesn't feel wrong. I can't say that I'm sat here and it feels stupid saying that that could be one of the best main events we've ever seen, and that could be one of the best WrestleManias that we've ever seen. And we really explored it. I mean, we really was trying to leave no stone unturned. To kind of come through that now and be sat here with this being our last show, really, of this run, you know, is kind of, I don't know, a weird feeling, really. I mean, wrestling never stops. It always rumbles along. Obviously, tomorrow, there'll be another Unseen video. Tomorrow, there'll be reaction to whatever that footage is going to be shown by AEW. So, I mean, we don't stop. But I suppose what does stop is WrestleMania. That stops. And this is the last little clinging on to it, I suppose, today. This is the last little holding on to. Although, saying that, we do have the documentary, the behind the scenes, behind the curtain documentary tomorrow, which is kind of fun. How strange that WWE are going to do a behind the scenes footage documentary on the same day that AEW are doing their behind-the-scenes footage. I mean, it could just be a coincidence, but yeah, the fact that they're running with that behind-the-scenes footage and WWE have got their own behind-the-scenes footage is a fun coincidence. So that's going to be an interesting watch. That's going to be on YouTube, if you didn't know. There will be a documentary showing really behind the scenes, and I think how decisions that were made, when they were made, how they were made, and you'll see that build for the main event as we headed towards finishing the story. And I so wish that we had that for all the previous WrestleManias. I would love that insight into behind the scenes for WrestleMania 9, WrestleMania 10, 11, 17, 19, 30. You know, I wish that that had been documented, and it might have been. Maybe there is footage that exists. I don't know. That's maybe not come to light. But we've got it for this one, and it should be a really interesting watch. So that is tomorrow as well. Right, Brony said, does anyone know what time the Behind the Curtains documentary starts? I don't know if they've announced it, to be honest. I don't know if it's actually out there as to when it's going to be on. I think the only thing I've seen them say is Wednesday, and they've not given a time. But I don't know what we're going to necessarily get out of it. I don't know what I want out of it. I suppose I just want to watch it unfold, really. I just want to see. I don't know that I'm looking for any answers in particular, but I suppose I just want to see it and how it played out. So I'm looking forward to it. I will give it a watch, and I'm also looking forward to whatever it is that AEW have got up their sleeve, because we were just talking about this on the Wrestling Escape. I really enjoyed the Wrestling Escape pod this week. There was no time for us to look at photos. Also, it's worth noting there was no Instagram photos this week. Normally, WWE put out the top 25 Instagram pictures of the week. They didn't do it this week. I think they've just been so busy with WrestleMania, they actually didn't do it. So I found an alternative, which was the best fan signs, and we didn't get a chance to look at them. So actually, what we could do is, I've still got it up. We could have a quick look at them. Tommy Toy Travel said that there's nothing really fun there, but these apparently are the best fan signs on the road to WrestleMania. So we can have a look and see what it is that we missed out on. So these are the best fan signs on the road to WrestleMania. We were going to look at these on the Wrestling Escape pods, but we did not get chance. So there is a couple of people with their proud Cody Crybabies sign. There's only like 15 here. Texas Rhodes House. He looks very serious, doesn't he? He's very serious about his sign. Sign from a youngster. That's all right. That's pretty cool. Mackin Cryer. That's pretty cool. That is a great sign, actually. And it's all the logo and everything. And it's not a square sign. There's a lot of work that's gone into that, in all fairness. They've got the Drew picture. They've got the logo. It's not just a square. It's actually shaped. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. It's Tiffy time. So there we go. I don't know if that gentleman created that sign, but I don't know. I would think for someone of his age that we might be able to get something a little bit more professional looking. maybe there's like a daughter somewhere that we can't see that maybe made the sign. I'm not sure, right? Don't get me wrong, there's clearly work that's gone into it, but this E at the bottom is very thin, and the thickness of the letters are not consistent, right? You look at the thickness of that E compared to that I. It's all over the place. Look at the Y as well. The Y, it just feels very much like an afterthought. It feels like he put it's Tiff time, and then he was like, oh god, no, it's Tiffy time, and he's put the Y in, and then he's had to try and squeeze the Y in. Look. Yeah, I don't know. And then there's something coming off the heart, blood or something spurting out the heart, but only in the bottom left corner. Look at the gap, look at the spacing for it. And why didn't he go all caps? Why did he look at this and think, no, I'll only go caps for the first letter. All the others, lowercase, I've got to follow the rules. There's a lot of questions. And why did he change the colour of the exclamation point? And why didn't he colour in the dot? Why has he gone with like that pattern instead? I don't know. I've got a lot of questions. Maybe there is a kid that's just out of shot, but if that's his best effort, I don't know, man. I don't want to be critical. This was picked as one of the best signs, but let's just say I've got questions. Let's just say I've got feedback points, right? For one of the best signs, apparently. Look, come on. Yeah? It does what it needs to do. No yeets. It's lovely spaced. Block letters, nice and clear. Now we're talking. What's that? That's like a hand with a heart. But who does that? Who am I meant to look at? That looks like a sign for Andre the Giant. That looks like she's paying respect to Andre the Giant. Who is that meant to be for? What's that meant to be for? Is that someone's logo that I don't know? Whose logo is like a handprint with a heart in the center? I mean, a handprint, that was Andre. Andre had a heart, but he had a shirt, a famous shirt, red on white. That was his handprint. Does she know he's dead? He died in 93. I don't know. I don't know who is she trying to get the attention? What message is she trying to send? Is that maybe for Omos? You know, perhaps that's his actual handprint. Don't know. Lots of questions on that one. Shut your mouths, Cody Crybabies. Oh, look at that. And he's serious as well. Look, he's got shades on. Shut your mouths, Cody Crybabies. I would have liked an exclamation point there. I don't actually know if it needs it. But I think I would have liked it. I sort of appreciate the fact that he's left a bit of room at the bottom so he can hold the sign and it doesn't block the letters. I got respect for that. I got respect. It's all right. It does what it needs to do. It's all right. Finally, there we go. I thought, who's Fit Nally? I was like, who's Fit Nally? But no, it says finally. So that's fun. How many of them? There's only... Look at this dude. He's having to hold up to himself. He's got the FII. He's having to hold that up. Then this dude's got the NAL. And this woman over here has got the LLY. So there's three of them. I mean, I wonder what this dude's thinking. He could have joined him. He could have said to him, look, would you mind holding the FI bit? But instead, look, he's gone solo. He's gone solo Sokoa, and he's holding up both of those. Can we look at this? Look at this Bianca Belair fan here as well. Wow, she's gone all out. I'm amazed that she's not got like a really long braid. But she's got the shirt. She's made the EST thing. So, yeah, she is seemingly a fully fledged, signed up EST fan. Arizona, acknowledge me. Finally, the Bloodline has come to Arizona. Upgrade our seat. There's a sign here that says upgrade our seat. So that's pretty fun. That's pretty fun. What else have we've got? In Randy we trust. RKO. Why not just go all caps, mate? Why not go? Listen, if you are watching this, and we are going to get back to NXT, if you are taking a sign, I really don't think you need to worry about, like, going lowercase. Like, you are looking for impact. So, can you see, like, Arizona for WrestleMania, all caps? It doesn't matter what my sign says. Very good. Very good. It doesn't matter what my sign says. Yes. Yes. All in caps. Claim your kingdom, Cody. Claim your destiny. All in caps. And then in caps, he's, you know, big and bold. And then he's done an R. And then he's gone, I'm going to run out of room here. Right? That's all I can think that's happened. Because he started with, like, caps. Then he's done the R. And then he's gone Andy in lowercase. And then he's just given up. And he look, we trust. Hashtag RKO. Do you reckon his kid did it, got to the R, got bored, and then he finished it off? Is that why this first bit's in caps, but then the rest isn't? Don't know. Questions? Lots of questions. Well, I mean, look, it's a kid. It's a kid. I know we're talking about the caps lowercase thing. I know we're talking about spacing. But as soon as you see that it's a kid, you go, fair play. Fair play. Right? First of all, I didn't see the kid. I thought this guy was showing up his best effort. But as soon as I saw the kid, I was like, fair play. But make no mistake about it, I would crucify him for the fact that he didn't leave enough space. You've really got to, I would say, get a pencil first. Get a pencil first, mark it out, make sure your letters are going to be nice and square, they're going to fit. You don't want this where you've got to try and get an exclamation point in and you've got next to no room to do it, right? You don't need that. These pictures, they could be shown. You know, they could be in videos. They could be on the actual show. You've got to think ahead. You've got to plan. You've got to prepare. You've got to put the work in. And it's worth having this conversation because I think you're going to see more signs in this new era. We're seeing more signs coming back into wrestling. So it's worth having this conversation. Arizona for WrestleMania. Feel the Glow. The Real People's Champ. These are all fine. LA Knight one looks great in the background. Hi, Davian Navy E3, we miss you. That's okay. I can sort of read it. I'm sure the person who that is intended for can see it. So we've already had that one. They've included it twice. Wasn't good enough to be in once, let alone twice. Finish the story. That's all right. It's all right. I don't mind it overlapping the logo. It's all right. I don't know what's going on in the background, though. I mean, can you see this logo here? It's been done really well. I mean, that better be a kid. I don't know what the flip that is in the background. I mean, unless that's something connected to Uncle Howdy. I mean, I mean, do you know what? It's not fair on this sign in the background that it has to share the same space as this sign here because they've killed this. This logo looks really good. Like, you know, it looks really good, but it looks like the Mona Lisa when you compare it to what has happened in the background. I don't know why, but that looks like Bart Simpson a little bit in the background. But here, look, we've got the logo. So, and one more. Yeets. That's good. That's good. It's overlapped. I feel like he could have done some with some cards. I feel like these bits that are overlapping, they feel like they're only paper. So I feel like we've got a card square, and then we've stuck pictures of Jay on, but we've only used paper. So that's going to get crumpled. That's all going to get crumpled up. If he'd have put like card backing behind it, should have held a bit firmer. But the yeet looks good. It looks like it's been printed actually, because it looks like it's in each letter has been done individually. So, you know, look, I think you can be fairly pleased with that. I think my favorite was it doesn't matter what my sign says. Do appreciate a bit of humor on a sign. So if you are going to be doing that going forwards, then make sure that you learn from some of those lessons there. Nando said, I'm currently on the main event of WrestleMania 5. Very good. I think 5's not a bad show. Main event is fun. It's probably a main event that sort of underwhelms considering it's got Macho Man in it. But it's still a good match. But I don't know. I don't know what stopped it from being like a great match. I don't know if Hogan just didn't really want to play ball. Because I've got to think if Macho had sat down with Hogan and planned out the match like he did with Ricky Steamboat, I've got to think that match would have been, you know, an absolute classic, something that we would still talk about to this day. But it's sort of a bit of a forgotten. It's sort of a bit of a forgotten main event of WrestleMania. Like, it never comes up in best matches conversations, even though it's Hogan at his peak and Macho Man, who just 2 years before had one of the greatest matches that wrestling had ever seen. So, yeah, it's an interesting one, the main event of 5. One that I probably need to go back and look into, actually. Right, Zing Green said, I think Elia should join Raw. It will be the Netflix brand, and it would be perfect to showcase talent. Don't you agree? I don't know what the Raw thing is going to mean. I mean, I think that listening to Triple H, and the question was about blood and swearing and things like that. He said that he would rather watch a film that's got one bullet like gunshot at the end, which really matters, compared to a film that's just full of shots and it doesn't matter as much. So even when we go to Netflix, I wouldn't expect it to be non-stop cursing. I wouldn't expect it to be like non-stop blood and all that kind of stuff, because even if those restrictions are lifted, the person booking it, I think, seems to want to make sure that when we do those things, it has impact and it really matters. So I'm so grateful that Triple H is the booker, because I think that in someone else's hands, we could just kill it. We could go OTT. People want it, right? They want blood. They want to go a bit more extreme. But, you know, people need reining in as well. Like, people like chocolate cake. And if you have a piece of chocolate cake, you'll love it. If you have the whole thing, you might not feel brilliant after. And I think that this is sort of that same mentality. So I love the fact that Triple H has recognized that. And I agree, when we go to Netflix, we should turn up things. I think things will get turned up. I think you will get more bad language. You will get more blood. You will get more, I don't know, maybe a little bit more. The sexiness might even get turned up a little bit. I don't know. But I think that when we go to Netflix, you know, that's a big opportunity to really launch this new era with the TV shows. I sort of feel like at the moment, if I was Triple H and if I was thinking about Raw and everything, I'd be thinking, there's no point changing the logo now. We'll do it when we go to Netflix. There's no point changing the staging now. We'll do it when we go to Netflix. Like, right now, we're in this period where I don't think it's worth changing stuff, because we've got a massive change coming. So it's no point changing SmackDown, no point changing Raw, no point changing things until we move networks. And we know that's coming like end of this year. It's not that far away. I think the deal with USA Network for Raw expires in September. And they still haven't announced what we're doing between September and the new year, because the deal with Netflix doesn't start until 2025. But the deal with USA Network expires in 2024 September. So there's this weird period where we don't know where Raw is going to be. And I've not heard where it's going to be. But they seem pretty cool about it. They feel like they've got, you know, it under control. But yeah, changes. I think you will see changes when we make that move. And it should be really fun. Yeah, it should be really, really fun. It's hard to say, though. I mean, because it's still a little way off. It's hard to say, like, oh, they should go to that brand, they should go to that brand. Because I actually don't know what it's going to result in. I don't know what SmackDown going to USA is going to... I mean, I'd imagine it'll feel like what Raw feels now, right? With those same sort of restrictions on. Netflix, there might be a bit more freedom, right? And so someone like Elia going over there who really throws it all in, no half measures. I agree. Feels like Raw would be a good place for him. Maybe the same with Sheamus. Sheamus is no half measure. So maybe those people that push things and, you know, want to test the boundaries a bit more, you know, maybe Raw is going to be a good place for them and Netflix, and you can get away with more over there. But then people that play it a bit more safe, you know, like a Ricochet. There's nothing really offensive about Ricochet. He's very athletic. Maybe SmackDown is maybe a place for him to go. But I don't know. I mean, the truth is, I think superstars will end up on both brands throughout their careers. So there needs to be a bit of fluidity. I don't know that we can just put people on Raw and leave them there forever. So how much it's going to play into things, I'm not too sure at this stage. But yeah, something we need to start thinking about, isn't it, I suppose? Mr. B said, I don't have X, but I wanted to share a thought. Okay. A Nightbird is also an owl. Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 40 came out in an owl logo, and Seth was close with Wyndham Rotunda. Just thoughts. No, I like it. I like it a lot. I mean, what I would say is I think there's going to be a lot of theories about Nightbird, and obviously, we don't know if these theories are going to be correct or not. So I think what I'm interested in doing is, you know how we do opinions videos, which I really enjoy doing because it's I always want to get to more of your thoughts in these live streams, but it's a balancing act, because I think if you look at the opinion videos, you'll see a lot of people say the similar things, right? So I feel like we'll answer some at the start, like what's next for Cody, and then you'll see that same question repeated several times throughout the video. And I feel like when a question comes up in the live stream, it's worth digging into it, because I feel confident that I might be answering this person's question, but I feel confident that it's a question that, 7, 8, 9, 10 other people were going to ask as well. So, you're not just answering that one person's question, you're answering the question, yeah? So I feel like that's why we dig in, because I feel like these are the questions people have, and it's probably that quite a few people have them. So I don't like to just give quick little answers. I like to try and dig into it, and I like to try and explore it, and I like to try and find reasoning for things, because I think it would be really boring if someone asked a question like, who do you think's next for Cody? I think it'll be probably, I'll go AJ Styles. Next question. Why? Why do you think AJ Styles? How would that work? When's that going to happen? Like, there's things you need to talk about and explore and figure out, and then that leads to other things and blah 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 blah. Yeah. So I feel like we're pretty good at doing that, but it does mean that we don't get into like all the chat as much as I would like. So I love opinions, because that is just me reading and going through, and I've got an hour to try and get through as much as I can. And I would say 95% of the time we do everything we're sent, and we get through every comment 95% of the time. There's the odd occasion where we do run out of time, but I think there's probably a chance to do one just based on this, an opinions video just based on this White Rabbit or this Nightbird or whatever it will be known as. And as I said, there's going to be theories that, are not going to be accurate, or it's not going to turn out to go that way. But I want them all. I want them all. I want all the honest thoughts and theories, because some could, like that one, may result in Seth being involved in it, because you're right. He was a big supporter of Wyndham, and he is now at the end of his championship run. I don't think he's going to be around the undisputed WWE championship. I don't think at the moment he's going to be an opponent for Cody. And I don't think he's going to get the World Heavyweight Championship back. So it feels like Seth needs to move on to something else. So could it be that he moves on to being a part of this program? Yeah, of course it could. Of course he could. He absolutely could. But I don't know, is the answer. No one does. So it's one of those that we would chuck around and go, okay, that's worth noting. And so it's on our radar, so that if things feel like they're going that way, it's already something we've discussed. It's already a seed that's kind of been planted that, okay, well, maybe it is going this way, because that does match up with that, and that does match up with that. So I think there is a real, I don't know if need is the right word, but there is a real reason to do that video. So I don't know when to do it, though. I think what I might do is, I feel like that might be Sunday. And the reason why I say that is because, well, Saturday is UFC 300. It's a massive show. But by Sunday, we should have had SmackDown, right? And on Saturday, that should have... I don't know if they're doing house shows this weekend. They might give people the weekend off because of WrestleMania. So they might give people the weekend off. But if there is a house show, you might remember that White Rabbit used to be played at house shows. And not only that, do you remember there was things put on people's car windscreens? So there was, on when people left the arena and then went back to their car, underneath their windscreen wipers was a piece of paper that had coordinates on it, and then you would search the coordinates and that would be a clue. So I feel like clearly we've started something. Clearly this is going to build. I can't see why you wouldn't do QR codes when it was such a success last time. But it wasn't only QR codes, and it wasn't only that they were playing that song. There was other things, like the coordinates under the windscreen wipers, like the actual White Rabbit being in the crowd. Do you remember that person dressed as White Rabbit that was sat behind the commentary table? and was like sat like behind the commentators. So we did that as well. And we included and involved house shows where the song was played. So we included it that way also. So, you know, there's lots of elements, and we could expand it this time. There could be other things that we do this time that we didn't even do last time. So, and like, do you remember there was lots of ways that it wasn't only that the QR code flickered on screen. Do you remember like Triple H doing the promo and the QR code was on the microphone? It was actually on the edge of the, you know, the bit that goes around that says WWE. There was one on there. So even that was popping up in different places. So this is going to be very exciting. And I think there's going to be a lot of thoughts and theories as to where it's going, why it's going that way. And I really want to dig into that because I think there will be some stuff that maybe we've not thought about. So just like that, I'd not thought about Seth being involved. So Mr. B, I think that's a really good shout. A good shout. Right, Undercover Manager, shout out to you, said, why don't you change things up? Do a stream where you invite 6 people with you, do a round table, discuss the business for either the week or period of history. Undercover Manager, I love the idea, right? I love the idea. The problem that I've got is my internet, and I've said this before. So, you know, doing a round table, bringing people on, having conversations, getting different voices, you know, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I think that would be fun. The problem I've got is that my internet is very, shall we say, weak. It's good enough whereby I can stream this, yeah? But even this gets lag. I'm sure you've been on where we've had issues, right? We do get the odd little blip every now and again. It's rare that the stream just completely goes down, right? And I just can't get it back. That does happen. It actually happened on, was it the end of Stand and Deliver? The end of Stand and Deliver, the way that stream ended was like someone had just turned the internet off. We were talking and all of a sudden, like it crashed and I just could not get it back. I tried to go to a different router, didn't work. I ended up having to set up a hotspot on my phone, connect my computer to my phone, and actually use this as a 5G router. I actually had to basically use my phone to stream. And so this is the problem of being in the countryside. I don't have good broadband. My download speed is about 12 meg. My upload speed is about 2 meg. Right? In order to stream comfortably, you probably need a good 5, 6, at least, right? 8, 10, right? 2 is like, I have to drop the settings, which is why, if you look at some of the streams, I have changed it back now, though, because I forgot, you know, we did WrestleMania at 720p. All right, because my streams have crashed before and I've had to drop it to 720p. And unfortunately, I didn't change it back for WrestleMania because I can get away with 1080p. But if I'm going through a difficult spell where I'm crashing a lot, I will drop the quality. So I've dropped the quality before and I've just never put it back. So I was a bit disappointed, to be honest, to see that my WrestleMania stream was in 720. I know we joke about it, but it would have been nice if that was sharper. And so I was like, oh man, I never changed it back. But these are the problems that I face being in the countryside. So can you see the challenge of getting 6 people on and doing a round table and streaming a load of people in? I mean, Wrestling Escape Pod has really suffered, I think, from being live. I think if me and Tommy were to meet up, record, and then I edit and just put like the fun bits out there, and if there was any technical issues, obviously I could edit those out. But the problem is we've done Wrestling Escape Pods where we've crashed and we've had technical problems, and I think that's really hurt the kind of success of that, if you will. It's in, I mean, like, we don't care. We just do it for fun, so it's not a problem. But I think that the technical issues I have here have really been a barrier. So that's why, to be honest. I mean, maybe as a video, it might be more possible, but I've never even tried. The most we've done is me, Tommy, and a guest, and we've managed to get through with that. But anything more than that, and it just seems to be a no-go for me. So one day when the internet in this area catches up or I move, then we'll find a way of being a bit more adventurous with what we do. Liam said, Daze, do you live around Telford? Because I do. Liam, I do, yes. I do. I live over by Market Drayton. So I live over by Market Drayton. Telford to me is around about 20 odd minutes in a car. 20, 25 minutes. I mean, if ever I need to get anywhere, Telford Station is the station I use. So whenever I go to London, I go to Telford Station. Anytime I do a toy hunt, I go to Telford Smiths. So if you look at all the toy hunts, pretty much all the toy hunts have been in the same Smiths for the past few years, because we're not like America, we're not like Florida. We don't have loads of Walmarts. We do have lots of supermarkets, Tesco's, Asda's, where people get their groceries. We do have a lot of those. Unfortunately, they don't sell the range of wrestling figures. They don't really sell the range of toys, full stop, that you get in a Walmart or a Target, right? Like Asda and Tesco, they're not getting exclusive wrestling figures, like you're seeing in America. So, they'll have some Matchbox cars, they'll have some figures, they might have a few basics. When I say a few, I mean like a shelf with literally a few behind each other. They might have a few pop vinyls, but a lot of them are things that no one really is that bothered about. Like, it's just a token offering of toys, really. Something to put in the basket for, if you're shopping and you want to just take a little something back for, your daughter or your son. So it's just not the same. So really over here, we've got a few places that we can go, but Smith's is far and away the top place to go. And there's only so many of them in the country. There's not loads. So it's why I keep going to the same one. So yes, I do live around that area now, and I like it. I like Telford. It's got a nice shopping area, which is got everything you need, all undercover as well. So lovely if the weather's bad. And actually went to the cinema not too long ago to see the new Bob Marley film. That was all right. I went and was in Telford for that. It was all right. It was quite good. It was very comfortable. So that was nice. And the film was okay. I've seen better. But yeah, I hope you're well, Liam. I hope you're well. Charles, shout out to you, buds. Hope you're well as well. Big shout out to you. Gareth said, I miss the Bloodline era. Roman was awesome. Roman was awesome. And he still is awesome. And he put a tweet out. It was just him back in the gym today. He said, I mourned yesterday. But he says today is day one. So, message sent that he's coming back. This isn't it. It's not over. He's mourned the loss of his title. And today is day one. So, yeah, love that. So, we're building on to other things. We expect him to be away for a bit now, but he's in the gym, he's putting in the work. We don't expect him to go away. We expect him to be back for certainly SummerSlam. We may even see him on Friday. But what an era, what a run, what a title reign. The Bloodline era, maybe it will be referred to as that. It probably should be referred to as that, what we've just come out of. And yeah, this is now probably a new era. It was so monumental what we saw at WrestleMania that that is big enough to see the end of one era and the launch of another era. It's a bit like people always debate when the Attitude Era started. I think for me, the Attitude Era started when for the Montreal Screwjob. I feel like 97 was all the seeds being planted. 97, you can definitely include as Attitude Era. But I think for me, Attitude Era really kicks off. The real start is the Montreal Screwjob. And I think the finishing of the story, I don't know that it'll be remembered that it's as big as the Montreal Screwjob, but I think it will, because a lot of people are saying it's the biggest WrestleMania main event of all time. People are saying it's the best WrestleMania main event of all time. So, or WrestleMania, sorry. So if it's the biggest WrestleMania and the best WrestleMania main event, you know, I think we can say with confidence that it'll be up there and remembered as much as the Montreal Screwjob, which it's mental. I got asked, I think was it yesterday, I was asked what was better or what was like more emotional. Was it Daniel Bryan winning or Cody winning? And I thought that was a brilliant question. Brilliant question. And again, I don't want to sit here and just say, oh yeah, WrestleMania 40 and not say why. So we really did try to dig into both movements, what it was like to be watching at both times, how I was feeling coming out of both shows. I'll tell you another thing as well. I remember leaving after watching WrestleMania 30, and I distinctly remember the walk home. And I remember what I was talking about as I walked home after watching 30. And I was talking about, I can't believe that is it for the Undertaker streak. I can't believe, like, surely on Raw they're going to say something. I don't think that'll stand. Like, I was in disbelief that was it for the streak. I was in disbelief. I really don't think I was alone. I mean, when that bell sounds, you are waiting for a dusty finish. You are waiting for someone to come down and reverse the decision, another referee or Vince to come out, or you're waiting for someone or something to tell you, no, it's not really over. I think I was in full-blown denial when the streak ended. And I think the streak ending hurt Daniel a little because it's such a monumental moment that as I was going home, I wasn't talking about Daniel winning the title. I was talking about the streak ending, and I was talking about where do we go now and what's next for Undertaker, and is this the end of his career? And then you hear rumblings that he's been taken to hospital. You hear word that he's gone to hospital, and all of that was a distraction from Daniel achieving what he had achieved. There wasn't a distraction for Cody. Bayley beating Io was nowhere near big enough to distract from Cody winning the story, you know? So for me, I think Cody, it's a great question, but I think the Cody moment and the builds and it being over like 2 years and him being denied the year before in the main event, I think all of it adds together to make that 40 moment the bigger moment, which I cannot believe I'm saying. And honestly, if people disagreed, I wouldn't even argue. I'd be like, do you know what? You might be right. You might be right. Because I was there for 30 and I was there for the Yes movement and I know how big it was and I've seen the clips. I know the clip when you've Triple H is in the ring and the whole crowd are chanting for Daniel. And in the end, Mark Henry has to put his arm up to get the crowd to shut up, right? Because the crowd were taking over the show. And I don't know that we never saw that with Cody. We never saw the crowd hijacking other matches to chant Cody's name. We live in a different era now. I don't know that this crowd is as disruptive as it was 10 years ago. It was a more disruptive crowd 10 years ago. It's not as disruptive now. You're seeing it. You saw a glimpse of it. We definitely got a taste of it yesterday. You know, in the crowd were chanting, shut the F up, and this is awkward, and you're an a-hole, right? To The Rock. You got a glimpse of what a crowd was like 10 years ago in those moments. But the normal crowds, we don't tend to... I think the 10 years of PG has kind of meant that a lot of those more passionate adult fans have maybe moved on to other things, and we've got maybe a younger fan base now. So yeah, it's a real difficult one. I think both were very emotional. I think both were absolutely incredible. I think both exist in their own realm, but which was bigger? Which was more emotional? I really think I would have to say 40, which I can't believe I'm saying, because I didn't think anything would beat 30. It's one of my all-time favourite moments. But that's how special what we've just seen is. You know, that is how special what we've just seen is. Missy, shout out to you, my friend. Really appreciate the support as always. Missy has been with us throughout this whole weekend. So, Missy, I hope you are well. And as I said, massively appreciate the support, dude. I've got a little problem, though, Missy. Not with you, but with the fact that I can't find... There it is. I couldn't find NXT. Couldn't find it, but I found it. Missy said, we've been given a lot of pre-WrestleMania sweets lately. Time for the meat and the potatoes. Oh, we weren't even getting meat, which is good matches, or potatoes, which are good promos. I wish they would just call them that. I wish they'd just call them that going forward. Rather than good matches, it's meat. Rather than good promos, it's potatoes. A few years ago, too many sweets make them less special and satisfying when we get hashtag full loser. God, she doesn't let it go, does she? She doesn't let it go. I'm going to ignore the loser comment, thank you. Right? I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to get into your meat and potatoes analogy. And I agree. I think there has been a lot of sweets. And I think the way that you've worded it is very clever. Because I think the blood, the swearing, all of that stuff, which is the sweets, right? It's real fun to have in a while, innit? But you can't just live on that. You've got to have the meat and the potatoes, the good matches, the good promos. You know, that is the substance. And then, you know, you've got your extras, your sweets, right? So I agree. We've got to make sure that balance is right going forwards. We've got to make sure that we don't OD on sweets. We've got to make sure that the meat and potatoes are there. And this is why I love Triple H, because I really think he will. I think he gets it. Well, he clearly gets it. He clearly gets it. But I really enjoyed some of the comments that I heard him make, you know. Triple H he's sort of one of us, isn't he, in a way, but in a good way. He's one of us, but he's also not one of us. He's one of us in the sense of he's a fan, and he kind of knows what the fans want. But because he's Triple H and he's been a wrestler and he's, you know, seen the other side. I mean, he's been to shows that we've never seen. You know, he's been to countless house shows that we were not at, right? He's got a bank of information that none of us have got, right? He's got experiences that none of us could even dream of. What with being, you know, working in different companies, being in the mid-card, working your way up, being a WrestleMania main eventer, you know, having all of those experiences. But right now, he is someone that's looking at the product through a fan's eyes. So right now he's as close to being one of us as he's ever been. But he's still got all of that perspective of being around in the Attitude Era. So he is very uniquely placed to be in the position that he's in. There's really, you know, you could bring someone in that could also do a great job. I'm not saying he's the only one that could do a great job, but what I am saying is that he has got all of the tools. You know, he's been trained by Vince, and you can lay into Vince and say Vince was awful, but anything before, 2022, anything you enjoyed, like the Daniel Bryan stuff we spoke about, had Vince's fingerprints all over it, right? Attitude Era, Golden Era. Granted, for every Attitude Era and Golden Era, there's a new generation era, right? So, I mean, it wasn't all perfect, clearly. And this Katie Vick, and we can find stuff that was awful. We can find plenty that was awful, but we can find plenty that was amazing as well. That made us fall in love with pro wrestling. Well, Triple H learned under that learning tree. So he's got all of that as well as being a performer, and as well as being now a fan, someone that like watches the product. Granted on monitors in Gorilla, but still gets to watch it. So he really is uniquely placed. This is why I think you'll get the meat, you'll get the potatoes, you'll get the sweets, and you can be excited for this new era. So Missy, thank you, my friends, even though you are officially, and I want this known, officially the biggest loser in this community. right? Wear that as a badge of honor, bud. Wear it as a badge of honor. You don't really have a choice. It's either get upset about it or wear it as a badge of honor. It's one or the other. I'm joking. Right, we are beginning, and we're just looking back at Stand and Deliver. We got Freddy Cougar with us as well. Freddy Cougar, shout out to you, buds. Appreciate the support, man, and I hope you had a great weekend. Freddy Cougar said, do you think we'll see NXT talent appearing more often on the main roster? Or was it a one-time thing for the post-show WrestleMania? I think it was a one-time thing in regards to Ilya and Roxanne and the NXT champions, right? I think that they clearly like the look of those two, and we're clearly going to be bringing them up to the main roster, right? Ilya is in the draft. No word of Roxanne at this stage, but there's a good chance that we could get there eventually, yeah? Very soon as well. But if you think about it, they had Carmelo already in the United States tournaments, right? We had Bron Breakker already appear on the main roster and actually sign a contract to go to SmackDown. So we've had Carmelo. Didn't they bring Trick up to help Carmelo at one point? We've had Bron Breakker up there. We used Tiffany on Raw when she was feuding with Becky. She was in the crowd. I think we've had Roxanne up there before. I don't know if that was when she was doing something with Becky or not, but we've had Roxanne up there. Carmelo has been in the crowd as well. Grayson Waller was also in the crowd for Raw and was throwing a few verbals when he was feuding with, was it AJ Styles, I believe? So NXT talent being on Raw and SmackDown, it's not unusual. It's not unusual, and I think we will continue to see it because I think Triple H wants that link between NXT and the main roster to not feel like this massive seismic jump. He wants you to be around the locker room. He wants you to be used and comfortable to, like, you know, this is what it's like. It's no great mystery, right? This is what we're training you for. We're investing in you, and we want you to be ready for this stage. So where they can use people, where they can have people around backstage, have people on the shows, in the crowd, involved in matches, I think they will always look to do that. So no, I don't think it's a one-off. It might be a one-off to have them actually in matches, and certainly have both the champions in matches. But using the odd person for a mystery tag partner, using the odd person in a tournament, having them in the crowd as we build towards a feud, having them backstage, I think you'll see all of that going forwards. No one is going to want to protect NXT more than Triple H. That is his baby. NXT was where he cut his teeth. NXT, the developmental, was where he went and honed his, like, booking skills. Again, another reason why this puts him in a unique position. And, you know, no one's going to want to protect NXT more than Triple H. So look at this new camera shot as we go from outside. I love this camera shot. Love this camera shot. So we're seeing really behind the scenes. Then there we go. Look, out into the arena. Love that. Really love that. I think they've taken some inspiration from the main roster there, you know. So we're inside the arena. Fantastic camera shot. Outside, through the door, round into the arena. And here is Roxanne Perez. First 30 minutes of this show is commercial free. Now, Natalya said to Roxanne, I will see you tomorrow. So we are expecting Natalya to make her way out. So, Freddie, shout out to you. Missy, shout out to you. Gareth, shout out to you. Charles, Liam, appreciate the support. Appreciate everyone that's joining us as we are underway with NXT. The camera work was so good, said Dro. Here she is, Roxanne. Are you even surprised? Are you really surprised? You deserve it, Chan. Shut up. I needed that a year ago. She's got a chip on her shoulder now, and I flipping love it. Justice happened. My title. A culmination of a journey I was forced to take against my will. Crowd are standing. Well, are they? No, they're seated. I thought they were all standing. Some are. Those directly behind her are, but the ones on the side are seated. I saw your arm, and I used it as a target, and I didn't even care. I didn't even care about your arm. Shut the hell up, Chan. I'm going to keep talking because I'm the champion, so you shut the hell up. You say honorable, I say stupid. I'm standing here as your two-time NXT Women's Champion. She's so in control, isn't she? So comfortable. Crowd chants something. She's on it. Deals with it. I dare anyone to tell me otherwise. Is this where Natalya comes out, or... Next time I get this title taken from me... she said she's going to be going to Raw or SmackDown in the draft. So try and get this whilst you can. Who's coming out? Is this Lyra? Here's Lyra Valkyria. She's got her arm in a sling. Is this what we're in store for? You're too good for NXT now. Stay on Raw. Go to SmackDown. You tapped out, champ, by the way. She wants her... Yeah, but your arm's in a sling, kid. She wants it tonight. She wants her championship rematch tonight. You're not even medically cleared. We're not gonna... Roxanne ain't gonna lose, is she? I like... Oh, Tatum said Lyra might not be ready, but I am. Tatum grabs her hair, she's like... Are you goods? Huh? What? Huh? Tatum just grabs Lyra, hurls her into the steps. I think she said it doesn't hurt anymore. It doesn't hurt. She was there like twisting her hair. She went, look, I love that you're sticking up for me, but I'm good. And she went, are you? And just hurled her into the steps. I guess you guys won't be seeing a championship match tonight. Oh. Here's Natalya. Here's Natalya. Natty, natty, natty. I think these people want... Are we getting Natty versus Roxanne for the title? Natty. This is a great open to NXT. And she's got a Sex Pistol shirt on, so I get to see the Dead Queen again. I've forgotten more about wrestling than you'll ever learn. Oh, yeah. How about the Boat versus the Prodigy for the title that Natty has never won? Hard pass. Hard pass. Thanks for coming, says Roxanne. She goes to walk away. Who's coming out? Ava? Sorry, Roxanne. That's not how it's going to work. We're in a new era. We are undoubtedly in a new era. Roxanne Natty for the title. Let's go, yeets! Johnny is yeeting. WWE fan is yeeting. James said Raw did 2.3. Whoa. You missed Delwyn's. I will try and get to it. Is it listed? Yeah, it's one of those. I mean, the really big ones, they don't go into that list, which is a real problem. But it's showing now. Once it expires, like, because it goes at the top, doesn't it? And then it expires. Then it gets added to that list, so that's why I didn't see it. But I will get to it in a second, Darwin. I really appreciate the support, my friends. But someone's pulling up and stepping out. It's Trick. It's Trick. We're going to whoop that Trick. And we go round the corner and there's the Wolf. Oh, my God. This just feels so different. NXT just feels back. NXT feels back. Man, NXT this year, I'm going to be straight up honest with you. It's not been a great year for NXT, right? The NXT shows this year have been amongst the lowest scoring shows. Let's put it that way, right? They've been amongst the lowest scoring shows from this community. Amazing camera work to start the show. Roxanne killing it with her promo. Lyra comes out. Tatum attacks her. Natalya comes out. Goat versus Prodigy. Women's Championship match made. We're in a new era. Then we go outside. Trick Williams arrives. Then the camera sort of shoots around. We've got the Wolf Dogs walking towards us. Then we see footage showing Axiom and Nathan Frazier. They're going to be having a tag title match tonight. This is like a mini stand and deliver. But how long are we in? 14 minutes in. Brilliant. I'd put this 14 minutes up against anything that NXT has put out this year. Brilliant. Let's go. So we've got an interview right now with Axiom and Nathan Frazier. If we don't get it done tonight, we'll have to go our separate ways. If this is the end, it's been one hell of a run. What do you think? Let's go into the chat and see, what do you think? Are they going to win? Are they going to be the new champs, or are they going to go their separate ways? So what will happen to Axiom and Nathan Frazier? Will they be champions, or will they go their separate ways? Axiom. It's all well and good saying we're in a new era, but it's got to show itself. And this is showing itself. We've got Chase. I forgot the first half an hour is commercial free as well. We got Fallon and we got Kalani. They're getting honorary Chase University degrees. Thea Hale is here. Oh, here's JC. Jasmine. I'm not here to fight tonight. Okay, JC's come to speak to Andre Chase. Hmm? What's this? Thea. Remember July? Great American Bash. Remember the towel? This is interesting. So, Andre Chase placed a bet on Thea winning the Women's Championship. She didn't, and that's why the university got into a lot of problems. That's why it had money problems. And I love that from JC, that she's just revealed that. Because she said, when you was being rebellious and going through your rebellious stage, and you was like standing up against Andre Chase, this guy had your back more than anyone. He threw in the towel to save you, even though he had loads of money on your match. That's what this guy does. He cares more about a loser like you. And she's like, that's not true, is it? And he's like, look, it is true. I did put a big bet on your match. I did think you was going to win, yeah. That's interesting, though, isn't it? I've tagged you something about NXT Japan. Okay, thank you. Hang on, I'm drowning at the moment. This is my concern, you know, with Netflix, which is not a concern that you lot will have, but it's a concern that I've got, because I actually use the commercial breaks to get caught back up with things. Because obviously I need to get to that super kind super chat from Delwyn, but also, like, there's just no breaks to do anything. It's just go, 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 go. It's and that's going to, I think, really affect things when we get going with Raw. Right, I need to get this. I haven't even got this poll up. What will happen to Axiom and Nathan Frazier? Will they become champions, or will they separate? Will they become champions, or will they separate? Are they going to win? Are they going to lose? If they win, they become champions. If they don't win, we just saw Nathan Frazier saying that him and Axiom will have to go their own ways. So, right, now we've got our first match. This is going to be Kalani and Fallon taking on Kiana and Izzy Dame. So, Kalani and Fallon taking on Kiana and Izzy Dame. I need to write that down so that when we get the match scores, Kalani is in there with Izzy. There's a tag that's been made as Fallon Henley is on the outside. Lovely energy to this show. Obviously helped by the fact we don't have a commercial break, means that we're just, now it's this, now it's this, now it's this, and you just can't stop watching, you know? There's just always stuff that's going on, things that you don't want to miss. Down goes Izzy Dame. We got Fallon Henley that's in there at the moment. I'm going to try and use this as an opportunity to get to Delwyn's kind super chat. Over in the corner collides is Kalani and Fallon, but reversed. Kalani is launched over Fallon. She lands onto Izzy. Fallon hurls Kiana out the ring, against the ropes, baseball slide. Now Kalani over the top. corkscrew plancha. She comes crashing down onto Izzy Dame. Yeah, that's had to be abandoned now. I can't not watch this now. Big crossbody by Kalani Jordan. Right, I'm going back. Darwin, shout out to you, my friends. Darwin, a massive supporter of the community. It'll surprise no one how generous he's been. Unless you're new to us, because Darwin is just super, super supportive. Here we go. So, Darwin said, in my honest opinion, Roman has carried us through the end of the pandemic and given us one of the greatest runs ever. Title reign, everything he's done in the company is a legacy to be remembered now. Now Cody beat Roman, he's gone from undesirable to undeniable and now undisputed. I think you're 100% correct, but 100% correct. I think that the pandemic, for those that weren't watching at the time, was awful. I really struggled during the pandemic. It was hard to find fun on those shows. There was no crowd, there was no chants, there was no crowd signs. Vince was booking. We had things like Retribution, right? They couldn't have loads of people doing stuff because of COVID. So, you had limited people that could be in the ring at any one time, and it all felt like really stripped back. I mean, you wasn't getting really nice production stuff because how could you? There wasn't these lovely backstage moments and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it was so different. I mean, I feel like you can't really judge it and compare it because we know they were operating under severe limitations. Super, super severe limitations. So it's not fair to really judge it. But what I can say is it's a good comparison of what wrestling could be. That could be wrestling week in, week out. So how grateful and how lucky are we that it's not? How lucky are we that wrestling is as good as what it is compared to what we saw during the pandemic, right? So the pandemic was not a great time. And Roman came in, he won the title, and we started to tell this story, this bloodline story. And you're absolutely right. He took us out of that. We went into, obviously, crowds coming back. And we then started to explore a bit more. Once crowds were back, we really started to dig into a few bits and expand the bloodline. We got more people involved. We brought in Sammy. And it was fantastic. I mean, it's been cinema. That's where the word cinema was first started getting used in wrestling. I hadn't heard it connected to wrestling before the bloodline story. So yeah, cinema, they really told some stories. They elevated a lot of people as well. I mean, the Usos, look at Jey Uso right now. I mean, the Usos are way bigger than they've ever been before. Jey Uso legit could win the World Heavyweight Championship. And, he has been massively elevated. Solo Sikoa has been massively elevated. Sami Zayn has been massively elevated. There's a lot of superstars, a lot of people that have been around that bloodline story that have benefited from that bloodline story. So you're absolutely right. I think for him to take us out of that dark period, take us into this boom period. I mean, we've gone from broken nothing to the highest of highs, and I think you do give that credit to Roman, and you give that credit to the bloodline. You give that credit to Triple H as well, of course. But look at where we are now. Look at where we are now. Beautiful kick there by Fallon, and as you say, now it's Cody's turn. So Cody is gone from undesirable to undeniable, and now undisputed. It's amazing, isn't it? I wonder what is next for him. I think he is on SmackDown this week. So, oh god, that was so good by Fallon. That was so good. Beautiful suplex. the pace of this match is insane. Kick coming in there by Kalani. She's got Izzy. Goes over looking for a DDT. She gets planted down. Izzy against the ropes. Backs in the corner. She's going to look to charge over as Kalani gets up. But Fallon makes the save. She pushes Izzy out of... she pushes Kalani out the way. She gets planted by Kiana. 1, 2, 3. And it's a win. It's a win for Izzy. And for Kiana. Let's go down and get... right, we need to end that poll, unfortunately. Even though I wanted it to run a little longer. But we need to get match scores. So, 69% of people think that Axiom and Nathan Frazier are going to become champions tonight. So, we're looking at about 70-30. So, it is a victory for Kiana and Izzy Dame. In a really fun match, to be honest. I mean, this NXT, I think, is cooking. Really cooking. We're half an hour in. Now we've got Javon Evans. Let's go, man. Yeah, the young OG. I'm ready to grind. I love his attitude as well. Big star. Big star. He's got a personality. He's got charisma. The young OG is coming. I love that nickname as well. The young OG. NXT debut. Next. So here's OTM. So we're seeing the gorilla. This is the second week we've seen the gorilla position. I don't know who that is. Is that Sean? So it's going to be Javon Evans taking on Scripps. So let's get this changed over. Javon Evans versus Scripps. NXT really putting its best foot forward tonight. I thought that was a really fun first match. Loads of action, fast-paced. Set the tone well, and now we get to see the debut of the young OG. Every time Javon Evans competes on NXT Level Up, right? Which is like, if you're not quite ready for NXT, you're on NXT Level Up. Lola Vice was on that like before coming over to NXT. Javon Evans has been over there before coming over to NXT. Like, every time he's performed on there, all you've seen is people freaking out about the things that he can do. And he's got a personality, he's got charisma, he looks great, he can fly in the ring. He's 19. They've got a talent, man. They've got a talent there. Let's see how the young OG does. Right, so yeah, look, I didn't get a chance to finish off what I was saying, did I? But a massive shout out to Delwyn. You know it's appreciated, dudes. You know it's appreciated. And as we said, we are a week away. I'm not here next Tuesday for NXT. I know that's going to upset people. I'm not here next Tuesday. When do I miss a show? When do I miss a show? But I'm not here next Tuesday, unfortunately. And the reason is because I travel to London. Because this time next week, I fly to America. I will be in Florida this time. Well, not this time next week. But I fly early, super early on the Wednesday. So we're stopping in a hotel by the airport. So that we're there, basically, for the early flight. So it means, like, I won't be able to stream because I'll be in a hotel. I'd love to set it up and try and do a stream, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to be possible because, like, I'll be in a hotel late at night. So that is a problem. You're going to miss me horrifically, I know, and I will miss you. So yeah, that's next Tuesday anyway. But oh God, yeah, it's really appreciated. I mean, all the donations and everything. I mean, it's going to go towards, you know, petrol money and getting around America and trying to do toy hunts. And I'm gonna film them, and I'm gonna be getting them up as I'm doing them. But my plan is go out for the day, film, and then I don't know if it'll be the next day, but it will be pretty much like within 48 hours I will get the videos onto the channel, and it'll just be like toy hunts and going to Hogan's Beat Shop and just anything and everything I can do to try and get just some fun. I feel like we do loads of streams and we do loads of opinion videos, and I think the unseen videos have been amazing, but I know that there's a large part of the community that love the toy hunts, love the fun videos, and it's hard to get to them when you stream as much as I do. So a decision was made of let's just go and just have a real intense 2 weeks where we go. So that's the plan. That's what we're doing next week. So Dalwyn, shout out to you, my friend. Toy Hunt said through. Yes. Dalwyn said, I know Wi-Fi in hotels is not that great to stream live. Well, Wi-Fi in hotels is going to be an issue, definitely. I may be able to get by with using my phone and use my phone but it would depend on what the reception is like, because there's every chance my reception in a hotel would be garbage, right? So there's no guarantee that a reception would even be that good. But the other problem you've got is that it will be late at night, and you're just not going to be able to make any noise, are you? Because there'll be people asleep above, people asleep below, people asleep either side in a hotel. So, you know, you're really going to be like, how you doing, guys? It's NXT tonight. Right now we've got Lyra, which is in the ring. I think she stands a good chance of winning this, you know. Hope everyone's had a good day. Yeah, I do fly in about 3 hours, I think it is. And it should be good. I'm looking forward to the peanuts. It's going to have to be like that, isn't it? So, I don't know. I really don't think it's going to be possible. Right, go to the bar in the hotel and stream it, said Delwyn. I honestly don't even know if the bar would be open. That's not a bad idea, though. In all fairness, sitting there with a pina colada, hey, with an umbrella in and sparklers and everything. Hey, guys. NXT. Right, we're backstage with Damon Kemp, Charlie Dempsey, Miles Bourne. Where's Gulak? Do we know where Gulak is? Where's Gulak? No Gulak, yeah? Tommy, no Drew Gulak? Watch your mouth. We can settle this tonight. Hey, what's social media saying about no Drew Gulak? What's social media saying? Drew Gulak. Here's the young OG. Here's the young OG. It's over for Gulak. Oh, that was a week ago. He could be a future centerpiece. Gulak not on TV. No Drew Gulak. Gulak's not with his group. No Gulak. No court catch crew without Drew Gulak. Did they not even mention? Oh, I need to watch this match. Apparently it was reported before the show that Drew Gulak was not listed for this show. That was on Fightful Select, that Gulak was not listed for the show, even though no Quarter Catch crew were. Keep up there. So it's Scripps against Javon Evans. I need to end this poll. This is still for the last match. Here's Javon goes against ropes, top rope, bounces off. Oh man, takes Scripps over. Javon, beautiful drop kick. Young OG runs NXT, sign in the crowds. Young OG runs NXT. Look at the height that he got on that. Look at the height he got on that drop kick. When I grow up, I want to be just like the young OG. I wish his ring gear was a better colour, though. Just looks a bit like, considering he's so vibrant, I'd love it that if his ring gear popped a bit more. It's just a bit of a dull colour, really. Don't know why he looked at that and went, yeah, that's my colour. Imagine if it was like white with like yellow highlights or something like that. That would look kind of cool. Boom, big chop. Or like a neon. Neon pink. Imagine neon pink. Oh, beautiful. Standing shooting star by Scripps. Goes for the cover on the young OG. And the young OG kicks out. We need Gulak. He is innocent, said Johnny. Could the Gulak thing be because of Ronda, said Tall Guy. Well, that is certainly where my mind has gone on it, yes. But I don't know. Well, I don't know. And so, you know, it could just be that he's not feeling too good, or I don't know. It is very coincidental, though. I mean, when do we ever see no Quarter Catch crew without Gulak? 1, 2... I wonder if the thinking is, though, that these comments were only made the other day and they need to be... You see, the other problem you've got is that you can't, as a company, say that we're taking all of this stuff seriously and we want women to speak out and let us know if things are happening. You can't say that, and then when one woman does, you seemingly don't do anything. So, even... I know people are split on it, right? I've seen the comments that have been sent. Some people are appalled at what he did. Some people are saying he didn't do anything wrong, right? It was a mistake. He's just accidentally tried to shake her hand and he's just caught a drawstring thing, right? So there's a big scale on this as to where people fall, right? I don't know where the general consensus is, to be honest. So I genuinely don't know. I don't know where the majority are, right? Lovely takedown. But what I do know is, irrelevant of public opinion, right? Let's put public opinion to one side. If you're WWE and you've got all this Janelle Grant stuff happening, oh, Jesus Christ, look at him. He's just bounced off the ropes. Kicked Scripps in the head. Springboard. Cut. Oh, my God. He's just done a Cody cutter. It looked like he was going to botch it. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, mate. Young OG. Young OG. Young OG. Young OG. We're going to remember this. I've got a feeling that this is something that we will look back on. The NXT debut of the young OG. Yeah. Javon Evans, yeah, I was there when he made his NXT debut. Scripps goes to the outsides. If anyone revisits this stream from the future, he's awesome. He's going to be a massive star. And yes, we know it now. Yes. Oh, he went on to main event WrestleMania. Yeah. We're expecting it. Have you seen him? He's flipping insane. Kick there by Javon Evans. Kick coming back by Scripps. Superman punch. He's done a Cody cutter and a Superman punch. Someone definitely watched WrestleMania 40. He's going to do an Undertaker choke slam. He's going to do a rock bottom. Going up top. Massive moonsault by Scripps, but Javon moved out the way. Kick there by Javon. Javon looking to go up top. Bouncing top. Oh. 1, 2, 3. The young OG picks up the win. Manages to escape OTM. Young OG. Young OG. Young OG. Shucky ducky. Quack quack. Look at that goddamn Cody cutter. Oof. They've even got a camera like here as he's coming over the ropes. Your move, Will Ospreay. Your move. Your move. Ospreay fears Javon Evans. I'm gonna tweet that. I'm gonna tweet that. Oh, do I want all the hassle of the, oh, you're hating on AEW? No, I'm saying Javon is the man. That's what I'm saying. I'm tweeting it. I don't care. I'm a rebel. Ospreay fears the young OG. Ospreay's English. You'd think I'd support him. Yeah, take that, Englishman, with your goddamn roast beef. Ospreay fears the young OG. Daze is ruthless. Don't give a flip, mate. Don't give a flip. I'll start fires everywhere. I'm a fire starter. Only Cody can steal the cutter, said Puff Dutch. Not what I saw. I saw a young OG steal it and kill it as well. In fact, I think Cody stole it from Javon Evans. I think Cody does the Javon Evans cutter. Daze Brony is telling you that Cody and Rock did 3.2. Amazing. Amazing. What, to the start of Raw? I mean, it's the Raw after WrestleMania, so you would expect the numbers to be up, but 3.2 million is, you know, insane, isn't it? Insane numbers. It's a new era. The Cody Rock segment did 3.2. That is massive. It is. It is. There's no, what else can you say? It's huge. To be honest, Will Ospreay is not that great, said Johnny. Johnny! Come on, Johnny. Come on, Johnny. He is. He is. He's got he's probably got the match of the year for a few matches this year. I think, didn't he get match of the year last year for his match with Kenny Omega? So Johnny said, I know that Tommy does AEW because of the videos on his channel is pretty... I don't join because he does AEW. I don't have good things to say about AEW, but are you doing footage? Am I doing the footage? So, hang on. We're at commercial break, which is very welcome. Yeah, you're right. I can see people go in. We need to do match scores. Let's get that done. Jeez Louise, eh? All the things that are going on. Right, let's go all time. Should we just do... I don't know that was an all-time match, but should we just put great 4 times? Or what do people think? Do we even need to put bad as an option? Or we'll keep it traditional. We'll put the options that we normally put there. Right, you don't enjoy AEW, so you don't watch the AEW stream on Tommy's channel. Okay, I can understand that. Am I doing the footage? Well, I mean, I don't know what we mean by that. I'm not doing a live stream, obviously, but I am interested in knowing what that footage is they're going to show, right? I am interested in showing that, but or not showing that, but knowing what that is and talking about that. I don't quite get why they're doing it. We were talking about it on the Wrestling Escape Pod. Are they doing it to try and get ratings? Are they doing it to try and just get people to tune in? Or are they doing it because it's a cheeky little thing and they're not actually going to show it? Is it like, you know how the Young Bucks are heels? Are they saying, we're going to show you footage from backstage, we know you want to see it, and then what they actually do is show you footage, but just not the Punk stuff? You know, perhaps it's them backstage at Wembley with, I don't know, a yogurt, just going, yeah, that's quite nice. That's quite nice. What flavour have you got? Have you got the toffee one? Oh, this is the strawberries and cream, apparently. Yeah, it's just like America, really. It's just like America. Is he going to be a troll job, you know? Is that what they're doing? Are they doing that, or are they going to show you the stuff people want to see? People want to see Tony fearing for his life. They want to see Jungle Boy being choked. They want to see what was happening. Where was Samoa Joe? They want to see all of that, right? So what is it they're going to show? People are really uncertain about it as well. Really uncertain. People don't feel good about it. People are like, this seems a bit petty. But then, you know, I think Tony genuinely felt hurt by what was said in that CM Punk interview. So, you know, I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know what they're going to do. I'm very interested to find out. I think the eyes of the wrestling world will be on that show. So, right, we're back from commercial break. Meltzer's reporting that Cody Rock will happen at WrestleMania 41, said Brony. I think the match happens at SummerSlam and we get Rock Roman at 41. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking Rock Roman at WrestleMania, but I suppose we could do Cody Rock instead. We could do Cody Rock at 41, Rock Roman at 42, couldn't we? I mean, is Kelly Kincaid? What's this? Bridge. So we're making Kelly a character now. Yeah. We're all shocked. Here's Joe Gacy. Bridge. I understand. You went from being a superstar to being a panelist. I get it. Here's LWO. We're not buying this apology tour. You're not fooling us. What happened? All this stuff with Ridge is just not landing for me. It's just not landing. I don't even know what was meant to have happened then. Was he meant to get his hand caught in the door? I don't know if that was Wild or Del Toro, but I don't know, man. That didn't land. Doesn't matter. This has been an excellent show. I've really enjoyed this NXT so far. We're sneaking our way to the halfway point. And look at that. We've got Natalya coming round. She gave Booker a little rub of the shoulders. I don't think he was expecting it. But Natalya gives her glasses to a kid in the front row. Okay, Natalya. So Javon Evans against Scripps. Wrestle with Andy will be gutted that he missed Scripps. He loves Scripps. It's like his spirit animal. That was something. Yeah, it was something. It wasn't something good, but it was something. James said, why is he hurt? Truth hurts, I guess, but it's still such a desperate attempt at ratings and saving face. It's nearly a year. Either should have shown it already or just move on. Yeah? Yeah. It really is getting people talking. I mean, ratings-wise, I just don't know. I don't know what to expect. I mean, I thought more would tune in for Mercedes than did. So this is footage people want to see, but we live in a world now where you can see it on Twitter. It will be on Twitter within 2 seconds of it airing, or it'll be on TikTok, or it'll be somewhere. So they've got attention from it. I just don't know if they get the ratings from it. Right, Roxanne against Natalya. That's how we're going to go from hour 1 into hour 2. Roxanne Perez versus Natalya. Daze, did you look at what I've tagged you in? No, mate. I don't know if you'd noticed, but it's been a little full on. Natalya versus Roxanne Perez. Okay. Crowd are loud, man. They're booing. We need to end this result for Javon Evans and Scripps. Let's see what the community voted. What? Only goods. Ah. Just. Ah. I think that should have been in great. I think that should have just snuck into great. I don't mind it being low great, but it's going to get a 97% good rating. 97% good. The first match was 96% good, so Javon Evans against Scripps ends up being 97% good. Well, look, 97% good's not bad. It's right near the top end of the good thing, so it'll be at the top of goods. But, it was real close. 40% said great, 42% said good. So good just edged it. Oh, slap in the face by Roxanne. Natalya slaps Roxanne back. Natalya gets out the ring, runs round, clothesline to Roxanne. Roxanne goes down the boat. The boat poses. She grabs Roxanne, throws Roxanne into the ring as Natalya slides in. Big Time said Raw did 2.36, 0.83, highest since 2019. Hour 1 did 2.8, Hour 2 did 2.3, Hour 3 1.9, and the Cody segment was 3.2. WWE special event. Is this an advert for the Hall of Fame? Muhammad Ali. Is this just an advert for the Hall of Fame, is it? US Express. Thunderbolt Patterson. The first female promoter, Leah Maivia. Well, okay. If they're saying it, they're saying it, but I don't know if that's true. Wasn't there a female promoter down, like, around Memphis? I forget her name, though. I'm going to look into that. First female promoter. Right. Mitchell said we should vote on Frosted Flakes. Are they more than good? You've got so many cereals, though. I'd imagine everyone here eats... Oh, do you know what? There's not... Oh, God. Hang on. Mitchell said AEW will do 200,000. So you think they'll do 3,200,000? So not 3.2 million, 3,200,000. Coach Co said all I want to see is CM Punk standing on business, and if he does, I'll respect Punk even more. That makes sense. All I want to see is CM Punk standing on business, and if he does, I'll respect Punk even more. I still don't quite know what it means, but it's Jesus. Hello. How you doing? Coach Co, you all right? It's like you've emerged out of a coma. It's like you've been in some sort of coma and, I don't know, maybe someone was like smacking your hand against the keyboard for a while. But now, whoa, what's this? It's the new era. We're in the new era. Come on. Koji Co. I am your father, said Koji Co is spitting facts. Joe said, well said, Koji Co. Tall Guy said he speaks English. Tommy Toy Travel said Koji Co is based. I still don't know what he means, though. All I want to see is CM Punk standing on business. I mean, I feel like I have to say it with attitudes. All I want to see is CM Punk standing on business. And if he does, I'll respect Punk even more. So I'm guessing you mean in the... Oh my God, we're actually properly digging into a Koji Co message. It's the greatest day of my life. I'm guessing that you mean backstage in that footage. All you want to see from it is CM Punk standing on business. And if he does, I'll respect Punk even more. I still don't know what it means. But it's so close to actually being something that makes sense. I'm so excited. Right, we've got a lovely surfboard stretch that's being applied at the moment. John said, is there any chance of Dijak going back to the main roster? If he decides or not, what do you think about it? Just saying. I think there's every chance he goes back, yeah? Every chance. I think Dijak's doing incredible work. I think he deserves to go back. I can't say that it'll be as part of this draft, but if Dijak got drafted, I wouldn't be shocked. Well, I would, in a pleasant way, but it would make sense. It's not, I don't think he needs an NXT run. There's lots of people that get called up that never win the NXT title, you know? Loads of people that have gone up. You know, winning the top title in NXT is not for everyone. You tend to get champions that have decent reigns. You know, look at Asuka's reign, for example. That prevented a load of women from having the NXT women's title. So, I kind of feel like Dijak's not like he needs the belt. If he gets it and he gets a run, fine. But, yeah, it's fine if he doesn't. And if he goes up as part of this, I like his presentation at the moment. I think it's really good. I love his social media game. There's loads to like about what Dijak's doing right now, so... I can't say it'll be a part of this draft, but if it is, let's go, baby. Let's go. Kian said, Daze, I hope you're well and you're having a good stream. NXT is cooking tonight. It really is. I'm trying to remember if there's been a better NXT this year. This might be the best NXT of 2024. In fact, and I'm not even sure it's close. 1, 2, kick out by Natalya. NXT is cooking. That Sparta kick that Randy did to Speed was hilarious. How do you know Super Zomba BBQ, known as JB, enjoy tonight? Okay, I don't know what that means at the bottom, but I saw that kick. We showed it in Unseen. It's where Randy's on the outside of the ring and he like boots. Speed goes down and goes like shh, absolutely flying. Really, really fun moment. Also, Speed, before he got RKO'd, I think, didn't he yell, Ronaldo is the GOAT? Because he absolutely loves Ronaldo. So in that moment, as he was staring death in the face, his final words were, Ronaldo is the GOAT, and then he got RKO'd and planted on the commentary table. So, gotta say, I mean, he sort of gets it in the sense of wrestling fans love those quirky little Easter eggs, love those little moments. So for him to say Ronaldo is the GOAT, scream that out before he gets RKO'd, and those are his final words. Like, that's kind of a fun thing for him to do, so. Apparently Tony Khan came out with a tweet saying he stands on his word and he will show the real footage. Yeah, he'll show the real footage. I don't think it's going to be not footage from backstage. But no, they've not said that it is going to be Punk choking Jack Perry. It's backstage footage from All In. But that's going to... If they don't show the choking, that's the only thing people are cared about. They only care about the choking or Khan fearing for his life, right? Perhaps Tony Khan's sick of people mocking him for fearing for his life. And perhaps someone will show that Punk did confront Tony Khan. But then I'm sure I've heard from Bryan Alvarez that they're not going to show that part of it. Look, Punk said, I did nothing to make Tony Khan fear for his life. So I can't answer that. And Tony Khan went on TV and said he feared for his life. So people are like, show us the footage and we'll decide if you're fearing for your life or not. We'll decide how much danger you was in. How much perceived danger you was in. So if he's going to show the footage, coward. I'm telling you, he's put himself in a no-win situation here. Unless he's going to show footage that shows him backed up against the wall as, like, Punk's, like, really jamming. Roxanne has got the crossface on Natalya, but Natalya reverses. Match heating up here. Kick to the midsection there by Roxy. Looking for Pop Rocks. Pop Rocks blocked by Natalya. She went for Pop Rocks. She didn't get it. Natalya grabbing the legs of Roxanne, stepping through, trying to put it on, turning her over, and cinches it in. Tap, 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 tap. Right now, we've got, again, she's really cinching it in. Lovely work at the moment as Roxanne's trying to get over to the ropes. And she gets to the ropes. She goes to the outsides. So Roxanne goes to the outside as Natalya jumps to the outside. Grabs Roxanne. Big strike coming in there by Natalya. Who's come down? Lola! Lola! Lola Vice! Lola Vice kicks Natalya. Lola Vice gets involved. Pop Rocks. Pop Rocks. 2, 3. Sign in the crowd said Lola's hips don't lie. And there she is. Look, do you remember last week? Do you remember last week when she was just dancing away in the background? That was fun, actually. That was fun. There were some fun moments in last week's show, now I think about it. But this week has gone to a different level. We've leveled up. Corey Johnson, shout out to you, my friends. Hope you are well. Let's get the poll up, shall we, for this next one. Match score. All time great. What a fight, says Booker. So what do you think about that? Natalya against Roxanne Perez. Now we've got the Wolf Dogs. So the Wolf Dogs are backstage. Love those shirts, man. Those shirts look so good. Ron Breakker sure to be in the drafts. There's got to be a good chance they lose the titles tonight, hasn't there? There's got to be a good chance. Admit it. This. This is a good thing. And you didn't even want to do it. But admit it's good. So I'm not going to admit that it's good because you want me to admit it's good. Bron Breakker, Baron Corbin against Axiom and Nathan Frazier for the NXT Tag Team Championship. That looks to be our main event. And there's a chance that we could get new champions. New champions. Shout out to Tommy. Tommy Toy Travels. He is enjoying this with his very real girlfriend. Why there are so many people on NXT hot? Why are so many people on NXT hot? I think he's just talking about the people in the chat, to be honest. I think he's talking about all of you, eh? It should be Bron Breakker and Nick Nemeth, says William. Right, let's have a look at what we've been sent through then. Let's go through. Yeets! That's not the one I wanted. I'll take it, though. It's pretty fun to have a yeet whenever I need it, in all fairness. Yeets! Still not what I thought. I'd changed it. That's still not the one I want. This is the one I want. There he is! Wrestle with Andy! Dude, you missed scripts. Andy, where are you in the world right now? I don't know. What country are you in? Are you back yet? I can't imagine you're back yet unless you had an early flight today. Unless you like pretty much left straight after Raw. But are you still in Philadelphia? If so, how long are you there for? Please respond. Please respond. Although when you do respond, I won't see it because I'm doing this now. So here we go. What the Rock game? That's brilliant. That is brilliant. That's going in unseen. That's going in. Guys, you can't see this because it's going in unseen. Have I still got all my folders? Oh, I've still got all the folders from yesterday that I've got to delete. I now have to do jobs that I would normally do away from the stream, on stream, right? Because I just don't have time to do things away from the stream. We stream so much that I have to, like, pretty soon you'll see me doing, like, my washing and doing the dishes and doing the vacuuming. We stream so much. So now I'm getting rid of these folders so that I can get that folder, a new fun folder, so I can put that in because it's going in. It's going in, baby. We are at commercial break at the moment. And when we go back, I don't know what we've got when we go back, actually. I know that the tag title match is coming up, but they didn't say that was next. I think that's going to be our main event. Look at all this stuff that we've looked at, eh? Look at all these memories. That is going into fun. Look at this lovely new clean workspace. Right, it was Edward that wanted me to look at something. Lol. I don't know where it is, Edward. Look at that. Look at that decline, though. It's like one hell of a roller coaster, isn't it? A few howdy bits. Nando, Coach Co, Edwards. Take this with a grain of salt, but the rumor is that the Stardom founder, Rossi, is about to announce a new promotion this weekend. The rumor is it will be part of the WWE umbrella. Very good. Very good. So we are back to the show. I've put it in. I have put it in. Okay. All rise. We've got Damian Priest at a Yankees game. And he met Aaron Judge, who is the son of Judge Judy. There's Lola Vice. I'm tired of waiting for opportunity. Lola Vice. She said she can't wait for the NXT North American Women's Championship. Here's Natalya. Natalya attacking Lola Vice from behind. Shots coming into the midsection as referees are looking to separate these two. Natty all over. Look, guillotine applied. Guillotine applied. We got referees trying to separate. It's carnage. It's carnage. Right, we're in the ring with no quarter catch crew right now. Still no Drew Gulak. Tommy, how do you feel about that? How do you feel, Tommy, about your favorite ever wrestler being a wrong'em? Right, that's Natalya Roxanne match was good. We had the young OG as well. Now we've got no quarter catch crew. So Stacks. Is it Stacks and Luca in a team? Here's the Riz. Here's the Riz. Adriana Rizzo is accompanying Channing Stacks Lorenzo and Luca Crucifino. So they're going to be taking on Damon Kemp, who's really took a backseat over, wow, God, probably the past year. Do you remember when he was feuding with, do you remember Diamond Mine? Eh? Do you remember Diamond Mine? Do you remember those kids? We've got the Creeds on the main roster, but we don't seem to have kept Diamond Mine. Right, Stacks and Luca versus Damon and Miles. Miles is deaf, which I know many of you will know, but I actually didn't know. I found out about a month ago. Someone sent me, I think it was Harry Van Vliet, sent me a link to a news report which is all about Miles' struggles and how he's like gone on to become a wrestler even though he's like deaf. And it's fascinating. It's really, really worth a watch. Daze, the screens for no quarter catch crew entrant. It's gone. James is trolling me. Imagine that. Imagine writing an interesting comment that catches my eye and I read it and then you delete it. Troll. That's a troll job, that is. Wrestler Andy said, I'm in the airport. Just a discount on some day-old Dunkin' Donuts. Woo! Discount, discount, discount. What's the airport like? Is there lots of play? What was Philadelphia like? Oh, I want to speak to you about your whole WrestleMania. Are you going to do a video on it? I want to know all about your WrestleMania experience. I want to know like what it was like, where you went, what you had to eat, what the hotels were like, what the people were like, what the atmosphere was like. We should do it. You should come on. We should. I want to do. Oh, I'm not around next week for the Wrestling Escape Pods. I'd be up for a chat with Andy and like getting a flavour of what Philadelphia was like. But for now, you'll have to just let me know here. So please fire in lots of comments that go into a lot of detail, please. Tommy said Dunkin' Donuts is Massachusetts born. We do have it, I think, but we don't have it. Like, in America, Dunkin' Donuts, is that not like a massive coffee chain? Like, isn't it like Starbucks versus Dunkin' Donuts in like a big war? But we don't have that here. I think there might be the odd thing in a garage, you know, where you go to get your petrol. There might be like a little Dunkin' Donuts machine where that you can get a coffee. But it's only a machine. It's not a sit-down area. We don't tend to have that. You know, your garages can be like huge and they can sell clothes and all this kind of stuff where you get your gas. We call it petrol. You call it gas. In case you didn't know. I've seen like videos where like they're huge. Or some of them are huge. We don't really have that. You go into our garages and you've got the counter and then you've got like a load of sweets. And there'll be like, you know, some drinks that you can get and maybe some biscuits and some magazines and whatever. But it ain't much to write home about. You ain't gonna spend long in there. There's normally a machine that'll do you a coffee. Lovely. The ref was distracted. Hang on, where was James's comment? Daze, the screens did not have Gulak's name on. Oh my god. Oh my god, James. What's happening? What is happening? A WWE mystery has finally been revealed. What's that? Oh, they're just talking about Chase U. Okay, here's Ava. I believe the women are the backbone of NXT. That's sexist. Ava's sexist. Oh yeah, there it is. Women's NXT North American champion. Could you imagine if she turned around and said the men are the backbone of NXT? I truly believe that the men are the backbone of this company. There'd be outrage. Oh, but if you've got a vagina, yeah, if you've got, oh, it's fine then. Apparently you can be the backbone then. Men. Oh, here's Oba Femi. Men have had it rough for too long now. Right, here we go. Match score. Daze, I told my dad I'm afraid of going blind and deaf. How would I enjoy wrestling? Are you afraid of that? I can't say I am, though. It's not. If you don't tend to have those issues when you're born, then of course they are things that we take for granted, that you can lose. People can lose their sight, they can lose their hearing, but I would say that it's very unusual. It's very unusual. It's not something. It's so unusual. It's not something that I would worry about. I mean, I don't tend to do anything to encourage losing my hearing or losing my vision. Although it can't be great me spending as long looking at screens as what I do. I did think about that the other day. I was like, I probably do need to give my eyes a little bit of a break. Right, we got Oba Femi in the ring. Oba Femi. I have chocolate peanut butter ice cream, said A. Jobson, and blue raspberry swirl. Look at you, show off. Look at you, eh? Some things in life are just inevitable. I didn't just believe, I knew I would retain my North American Championship. This match scored really high from the weekend. Have I got the... No, look at all this paperwork. Oh, no, it's on one of these. Give me a moment. No. 17,000 people. Ooh. All I could think of is this moment. Why? Why is this moment so special to Oba Femi? Ivar! Let's go. Do you know what? He has been sending out eye emojis, hasn't he? He's been sending out eye emojis. When I saw that match, I loved the chaos. Ivar has made his way out. He's not really in his... This is like casual Viking attire. If you wanted to know what Vikings look like when they're in cash mode... That was the type of fight that I live for. Do you know what's disappointing? I've just gone through all those papers. It was actually in my book. 91% great. He wants a match, doesn't he? That's what he wants, you douche. I wanted to be in the fights. So, he loved the North American title match. And he wanted to be in it, and not just so that he could win the belt, but he wants to be in the fight. He wants to be in the war. He's a warrior. I'm the man. I'm the man that can chop you down. I can take that North American... Look at Oba. Oba's like... Tries to walk past Ivar. Yeah, we'll see. Headbutt by Oba. Oba headbutts Ivar. He went for a boot, big boot there by Ivar. Ivar going, and to do all this in jeans. Springboards off the rope, crossbody. Ivar grabs that North American Championship. He's all fired up. Isn't it funny how, you know, a wrestling belt, they're heavy, but they're not that heavy. When someone goes to pick them up, they do sort of make them heavier. There's always this strain that shouldn't really, like, just do that. But to emphasize the moment, like, you do tend to go. Dude. It's not that heavy. Here's metaphor. Wrestling Andy said, when are you going to Orlando? In a week's time, but why do you need some stuff? Do you need him to keep the eyes out? Hey? I'm going to be the guy to end that reign, said Oromensa. There's not much belief. There's not much belief. Die, Jack. Die, Jack. It was my idea. Down there, all alone, wandering around in the dark. Dijak against Noam Dar would be fun. He's got his ratio shirt on. Everyone gets one warning. You don't get another. He just got ratioed. Here's Ratio, man. He just ratioed Noam Dar. Tonight's NXT Tag Team Championship. Tommy said Ivar was a trainer at NEPWA. NEPWA. If I had a promotion, I'd have like 20 letters in my name. So that people are chanting it, getting it wrong, and then the other people are like, no, you've got them. It's meant to be DZPXYCTUPXYZPTYZ. No, is the... No, they took the B out, didn't they? They took the B out. Did they take the B out? They did. They took the B out. I'd do that. I'd mess up that crowd. I'd make it so complicated, no one would want to come to my show. Can I say titty? Well, I think you can say titty, but I don't know about the second word, to be honest. I don't know. Even I had to stop myself then, you know. Here's Brinley Reese. We're moving on. We're moving on. Onwards and upwards. Brinley Reese making her way down to the ring with a Nofian blade. That is quite the costume, innit? There ain't much being left to the imagination there. Why are you mesmerized at? Brinley versus... What are we trying to do? Break the internet with this match? We already know that World Star is addicted to Jada Parker. Jesus. I feel like if someone comes up to you and goes, well, you watch wrestling? You watch wrestling? I'd be like, yeah. Have you seen Brinley Reese versus Jada Parker? Come back to me after you've seen that, loser. Right, we are underway as Brinley rolls through, kips up. Shot coming in there by Jada Parker. I mean, honestly, I'm a wrestling fan, so I'm a virgin. And I don't know if I am anymore after seeing this match. I mean, there is so much flesh on display. I like that from Jada. Jada like was kicking her legs up, clapping underneath as she was walking. I like that. That was good. She was kicking up and clapping underneath her legs. That had some riz. That's what the kids call charisma. That had a bit of riz to it. This is a fun show, man. NXT decided it was going to be fun this week. Let's go. Do you know what? I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to eat some more chocolate bunny that I got for Easter. Lint milk special edition. Wait, no, look at that. It's quite thick. It's nice, isn't it? I've already messed up his head. That's all I do. I watch wrestling and I eat chocolate bunny. Let's go! Let's go! Now I've got crumbs. I don't know. Is this what life is meant to be? Watching wrestling and eating chocolate bunnies? I don't know. Some people like solve math problems, don't they? Some people are Albert Einstein. Not me. I think I just saw something. Did I see Wrestle with Andy again? Here he is. Daze. Try Insomnia cookies when you're in Orlando. They were the best in Philly. I'm going to write that down. I've got chocolate everywhere. Insomnia cookies. Oh. Has anyone had them? Insomnia cookies. It won't make me, like, poop myself or anything, will it? It's not like a prank. Fran, shout out to you, my friends. Kojiko said, standing on... Oh, my God, Jesus is explaining it. Standing on business is to essentially stand your ground. I've never heard that before. Never heard that. Standing on business is to essentially stand your ground. Standing on business normally means you're about to get into a fight or you're about something. It's weird, isn't it? It's weird. I don't know how I feel about it. It's a bit, it's a bit uncomfortable. Like having an actual conversation with Kojiko. Kojiko, you know all them, you know, because you seem, I don't know what's, it seems like you're having a good day. You know all those cryptic, like weird messages. What was that about? What was that about? What was any of that? You know, for the past, like, 5 years. What, can you just explain the past 5 years to us, please? Can you explain every message you've sent for the past 5 years whilst we've just got you in this less cloudy headspace? Yeah? I'm going to have some more bunny. Blame Darius said, bro, I've watched WrestleMania XL 3 times since the weekend. It is epic. Do you know what, Blame Darius? I have also watched the ending of XL about 5 times as well, yeah? I've gone back to, like, when Jimmy arrives and then, like, Jay comes out and then, like, you know, the domino effect of everyone getting involved. I'll just keep going back and running that. And I keep thinking, like, oh, man, my brother doesn't watch wrestling, but, like, next time he's round, I'm going to be like, you need to watch this. Because he doesn't watch wrestling, but he knows The Rock and he knows Undertaker. And he's heard of Roman Reigns and whatever. So, quick little explanation of, right, so this is the story. So, back in the 70s, there was a wrestler called Dusty Rhodes. Right? Imagine that. Go through Dusty's career. I'm going to go through Stardust. I'm going to go through Dashing Cody Rhodes. I'm going to go through Cody leaving. I'm going to go through all of that. We're going to talk about the pandemic. I'm going to really set the scene for him. It's going to take about a week, but hopefully by that point I can play the match and he'll really understand. Or I might just say that man's trying to win the title for the first time. Watch this. Probably do that, to be honest. This is very addictive. It's very addictive. I think it's good, this chocolate thing, you know. Right. So, Blame Darius, shout out to you, my friend. Kojiko, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Did I record that last one? I didn't, you know. I didn't even write that down. Oh, God. It's been a celebration tonight. It's been a celebration of wrestling. I'll watch Bray Wyatt documentary 3 times, said Jeffrey. Mitchell said, my promotion would be called Pie, and you would have to chant the... Very good. Very good. To 50 decimal places. Very good. I would change the name of my promotion each week to a really hard maths equation, and you have to chant the answer. So in the crowd, people have got pen and paper and scientific calculators, and they're like, hang on, I can't remember how you do this. Do you carry the one over? No, of course you don't. 1, 2, Brinley. Oh, kick out by Jada. And they're like really trying to work, and eventually towards the end of the show someone's like chanting out 3,427. Yes, that guy there. The problem is, as soon as someone solves it, everyone will just start chanting the number then, wouldn't they? So, but wrestling fans love to be the first to figure things out, so really it plays into that very well. So Jada Parker picks up the victory. Jada Parker picks up the victory. Pressure. I don't know if she still does that, but she did that once on NXT Level Up. Wrestling Andy said, I'm about to board the flight. If there's a crash, I want Edward Brown to host the field. Jesus Christ. What, your fellow countryman? You're going to regret saying that. Imagine your final thought if that plane goes down, which it won't. Some people don't like flying. But imagine your final thought being, I told them I wanted Edward Brown to host my funeral. Oh my God. You look at your phone desperate to see if you've got reception so that you can make it clear. Because I will show your family your final wishes. I'll be like, I've got his final wishes on my NXT live stream. We should honor them. We should honor them. Right, here's Lola. Natalya did beat you, and she is the boat. But Sol Ruka is a dime. Mitchell said, wrestle with Andy, have a safe flight. Hopefully there's some good films. I don't know how many films they have on the flights anymore. Ash by Elegance. Bembo said, Solo main events the math wrestling show and losing. he would. As soon as he heard the concept, he'd be like, I ain't getting involved. Right, is it main event time? Oh, man, do you know what I could do with another hour? It's been a really refreshing NXT, I think. I mean, I don't know if we can, like, do this every week, this kind of quality, but it's been good. Daze, what was your opinion on Cody winning at WrestleMania? I was super excited when Roman lost. Carmen Live, shout out to you, buddy. I loved it. I mean, I thought the story would be finished, but then I did think that at 39, and I was wrong. But I think in retrospect, 39 makes 40, because they put that seed of doubt. They basically said, we will end a WrestleMania on a downer. Don't think we won't. We will. And they did. Everyone was gutted after 39. People were like, why? This is where things get finished. But they didn't, and Cody had to wait another year. And so there was always a chance that they just kicked the can down the road a little bit further, you know? There was always a chance. But, no, instead, they pulled the trigger. We finished the story. We got all these great legends kind of getting involved. And it was overbooked. There was loads of stuff that was going on, but it didn't take away. It added. It definitely added. So yeah, I don't know if Wrestle with Andy's gone, but obviously have a really safe flight, and I hope you get well, get back safely and well, my friend. Wolf Dogs versus Axiom, and I couldn't remember them. I couldn't remember. Was you not thinking of getting a PO? Well, do you know what, Jim? I was going to get a PO box because Miss Clown. I met Miss Clown ages ago, right? And he was like, "Oh, I've got some stuff for you. I'll send it to you." This was years and years and years ago. And he was like, "You should get a PO box." And I was like, "Yeah, I will." And I looked into it, and they are so expensive. I mean, so expensive. You can't just get it for a month for £30 or something. It's like hundreds of pounds. So I was like, I ain't doing that. So I thought, well, maybe it'll come down in price. Maybe there's a cheaper alternative. It's one of those jobs that's kind of, you know, you've got an immediate jobs list of stuff that has to go. Like, I have to set up streams. I have to do opinion videos. I put that expectation on myself to not miss them. I have to do them. I have to do unseens. There will always be an unseen. right? It might drop at like 1 in the afternoon, like lunchtime, like today's did, or yesterday's. But it'll arrive. And so I have to do that. So, you know, finding that time to look into and do other stuff is a bit tricky, a bit difficult. And yeah, basically it went on for so long. He ended up just giving me the stuff at Wrestling Shop last year. So there's not an immediate need for a PO box anymore, which I'm quite pleased about because, as we said, they're quite expensive. Right. If you was to guess, when do you think Lyra gets called up? It could be this. Your Osprey tweet has been attacked with porn bots. Huh? Lyra could be this weekend. I mean, what more do you need to do with Lyra? Has been attacked with porn bots. It has, you know. Look at this. Nicola said cats in profile, and Diana says nice boobs in profile. Right, she lied. So I clicked on it. Right, I clicked on it. And there's no boobs in her banner. There's no boobs in her profile picture. So weird. I mean, why would you have Diana 936998334 unless that's her telephone number? Oh, let's go. She's only just joined as well in April. Oh, and she's so beautiful, but there's only one follower. This is very strange. She's not even following anyone. Very strange. So she only got this one post. That's it. That's it. Just this. Wow. Oh, she looks great. I mean, I wonder what she's. No, I mean, like, no hello or anything about her. Just literally nudes in profile. But then you go to the profile, look, there's no nudes here. It's very disappointing. And now she's saying fast dating. So you can click here for fast dating. I don't know, what does that mean? Just like the date's done in half an hour. Just go and get a slice of pizza and that's it. I don't know. I don't know. There's something suspicious about it. There is definitely something suspicious about it. We could check Nicola though, couldn't we? We'll see what Nicola's up to. A little better from Nicola, you know. She also only joined in April. She's not got any followers, and she's not following anyone. She's got nothing going on. Hot dating! Oh my, it was speed dating before. Now it's hot dating. That's where you go on a date in the Sahara Desert. Hot dating. Link in bio. Hot dating. Nicola 147. Not, I am eating more chocolate, by the way. Celebrating. Nicola with a little kiss at the end. She looks lovely. I don't know. I don't know who I would pick. Do I want to go hot dating? Or do I want to go speed dating? Probably speed dating. Go. Get it done. Get back. Do you know what I mean? The problem is, if I go out for a long time, my notification's going to be, like, mental. I need to stay on top of them, so it's probably better to do the speed dating than the hot dating. But there we go. You alright? That's my sister! No! Is it? Damn, man. You might want to have a word. You might... She's playing fast and loose. You might want to have a word. Not speed dating. Fast dating. Oh, what do you think? In a car? Maybe in a car? Perhaps you go on a date. In like on a bullet train. So you go to Japan. You go on one of the bullet trains. And you just have a lovely time. William said, what's my wife doing on there? Right. Have you seen the new proposal in the House of Commons to make a wrestling dude? To make wrestling dude. What does this mean? Is there going to be a wrestling dude? Oh, I feel threatened. Marty said it's a bot. It can't be. There was a picture. It can't be. Majon said, me, Ronda Rousey, the baddest moems on the planet, Rowdy Ronda Rousey. Spurs Gamer said, with this weekend, do you mean this Friday on SmackDown for Lyra? I'm thinking she could make an appearance on SmackDown, but yeah, the drafts. I think there will be some NXT people at SmackDown, though. Because this is the SmackDown after WrestleMania. There will be people like Bayley that we haven't seen because she's on the SmackDown brand. You know? There is new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. So this is not just a normal SmackDown. It's a SmackDown after WrestleMania, but that riotous crowd are not going to be there because we know at least two members are on a plane right now. Boom. Daze, it feels like WWE tapped into the mainstream, something you can say they fell out of since 2016. If you're a non-wrestling fan this past week, you probably saw WWE on your timeline. Yep. Oh, they made the noise. They made the noise. And I think the emotion of the story being finished resonated. And the great thing about wrestling, you don't need to know much. I mean, there are details that you might want to know, like why is he helping him? Why is he helping him? But the bottom line is, two people battling to be champion. One has never been champion, and he wants to finish his story. And a lot of people really care about it. If a load of people care about something, it's a great way of getting other people to care about something. If a load of you came into the chat and you was like, man, I've just bought this new pen. It's amazing. And a load of you were buzzing about this new pen. It's the best pen I've ever used. I promise you, I'm looking up that pen. I'm interested in the pen. I don't know anything about the pen. It could be a scam, but you've got me. I'm interested in the pen. So, like, I think if you've got enough people raving about, like, the story, is it going to get finished, really caring, you know, you're going to get other people invested and involved, aren't you? And somewhat on the scale of WrestleMania, we know the social media posts of that equal, if not better, the Super Bowl. So, I mean, it's loud, it's noisy, it's disruptive. It's the best time of year. Right, we got Baron Corbin. He's gone over. He's got Nathan Frazier. We still got 10 minutes to go and an overrun. Boom, we got a lovely bulldog from the top. Baron Corbin. 1, 2. Axiom makes the save. Axiom makes the save. All 4 guys are down at the moment. We need to end this poll because I don't want to get confused. NXT. 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 Let's go. Let's go! I found out during June 2023 show, ARW Pro did a live at the Ville in Indiana that ARW Pro will return. You do love your ARW Pro, don't you, buds? Nice Inzaguri as basement drop kick there by Nathan Frazier. Lovely kick by Axiom. We had a wrestler, didn't we, the other day in the chat? Scary. Nathan Frazier goes into the ring steps. Boom, down goes Braun. Wow, that last match had no % bad scores. 0%. That means it gets a 100% good rating. Drop kick there by Axiom. Braun goes down. Look at Braun, who's like... Axiom in the ring with both of the Wolf Dogs, but he gets turned inside out by Baron Corbin. Corbin. Clothesline. Corbin. Super kick there by Nathan Frazier. Roll by Braun. Jumping knee. Again, all four guys are down. NXT. Lovely energy from the crowd. They're all fired up. They're all excited. Braun. Oh, goes over. You okay? Yeah. He almost spears him. Oh. There's a bit of a miscommunication. Braun said to Baron, are you okay? They're going to do it. They're going to do it. Nathan's going up top. Nathan connects. 1, 2, 3. No. And no. NXT Tag Team Champions. The Wolf Dogs have been put down. Nathan Frazier, Axiom are the new NXT Tag Team Champions. Braun is gutted. He almost accidentally speared Baron Corbin. He was like, are you okay? Are you okay? And before he could really answer, no, I think Baron was like trying to process it. But he gets drop kicked to the outside. Nathan with the splash. Axiom, Nathan. It's a new era. It's a new era. Who's this? Final Testament. Final Testament. Wow. What's Final Testament? Oh, man. Carrion. I thought it'd be the AOP. Oh, it is the AOP. Ah! Carrion coming down with Scarlett. AOP in the ring. Oh, NXT. I have missed you. I have missed you, NXT. Right now. Boom. Super Collider. AOP. So we've gone from WrestleMania and performing at WrestleMania XL to now being in NXT, trying to get the NXT tag titles. It doesn't make much sense. It doesn't, I will admit, it doesn't make much sense, but it doesn't stop it from being exciting. Yes. Yes. That's how we're going to end this show. Who's going to step up to Trick? God, it might be The Rock. Might be the final boss. Might be Triple H. Final Testament's just taking over, said K-Dub. Johnny said, I agree. Trick coming up. The Wolf Dogs have been put to sleep, said The Beach Kevin. AOP in NXT is insane, said Joe. Great match, said WWE and AEW fan. Tommy said, I'm going to be so mad tomorrow. Nah, it's like this, isn't it, on Dynamite? Isn't it like this on Dynamite? We're like, oh, whoa, look at it there. Whoa, look at that. What a match. What a moment. Oh, now we got Trick. I'd imagine it's like that. Mitchell said, at least we get to see Ospreay. And don't forget the footage. Hey? You don't want to miss Tommy's stream tomorrow. You got the old, I don't know what they're going to show. No one knows what they're going to, I don't even know if Tony Khan knows what he's going to show. But I know that everyone's watching. I know that everyone's going to be like, go on then. What you got? What you got? What you got? What you got for us, eh? Do you reckon they'll show footage of him cowering in the corner? Like this. That won't be a good look for him, though, will it? If there was footage of me cowering in the corner, good luck finding that. Yeah? Although I did just do it. But, if there's footage of me, like, and someone was coming up and I was like, I'm going to put it on international TV, am I? I'm going to do that. Hi, Tommy. Greetings from Hammond, Indiana, said Carmen live too. Sean said, I'll be watching. Tony Khan putting on a pip tomorrow, said Tommy. Andy, shout out to you, my friend. Tinglin said, now the Raw and SmackDown tag belts are split. Do you think it's time for a new title belt? Yeah, man. Let's change them all. I can't think of a single belt I wouldn't change. Change them all. Got everyone. All of them. Oh, no, but I like, no, change it. Whatever you're going to say, change it. Oh, but what about that? No, change it. Change it. Change them all. I want every belt to be the Winged Eagle. Every single title is the Winged Eagle to me. Tony Khan tomorrow, Raw and NXT doing commercial free. I will too, said Big Time. So is it commercial free, AEW? So he saw Raw was commercial free, saw NXT was commercial free, and he's gone commercial free. He should just play the backstage footage for 2 hours, shouldn't he? Wonder what the ratings would be then if he played 2 hours of backstage all-in footage, and maybe just finish off with an Ospreay match. If Lyra shows up on SmackDown or joins SmackDown, I will be eternally happy, said Spurs Gamer. Oh. Well, what I would say is try and be eternally happy anyway, do you know? Your eternal happiness shouldn't really rest on if Lyra Valkyria is going to be on SmackDown. Hopefully you can get there anyway, my friend. Trini said, Willie is my love. Trini? That's quite the statement. Shout out to you, Flower. Shout out to you, Flower. There's a fan behind the commentator. She's got a Wolf Dog shirt on. She is looking very happy considering her team just got beaten and lost the titles. She's like, these aren't nipples, by the way. I wasn't doing nipples. She was literally She was like holding the shirt. These aren't. She's not old. They're not loaned it. I don't know where to here. So she was doing that, but her team just lost. She should be crying. Goddamn wrestling fans, man. Everything's just so wishy-washy. She should be in tears right now if it matters that much. Fake fan. Fake fan. Rich Holland is going to be taking on Whackin' Wild next week. Okay. Noam Dar, this will be good. Taking on Dijak. That'll be good. That'll be good. Oh, I'm not watching. Oh, no. No. Sol Ruka is going to be fucking Lola Vice. No. Don't you dare put on a good show next week. Don't you dare. Why have they got good now? Oh. I'd watch that trick. Oh, this tune, man. This tune. I'm going to have this played at my funeral. That trick. What 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 that trick. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Look at the whoop that tricks in the chat. Mr. Quake, shout out to you. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That was loud for him, wasn't it, the other day at Stand and Deliver? We stood. We delivered. What's next? Who's next? Who do we want? Who do we want to walk out and step up to Trick? It's got to be someone good. It's got to be someone good. NXT's breaking records. What that Trick? That Trick? I like it. Booker has really helped that get over as well, hasn't he? What? I like it. You don't see me in this position without one man, and that's Carmelo Hayes. The crowd boo. Do you reckon? What do you reckon? Title match next. Ilya next. Ilya. It's going to be Roman, said Tommy. I don't know. I kind of... Is he ready to be called up? Trick could be Magic. So we could say, do a Trick. Yeah. Imagine if there was someone called Treat and we could do Trick versus Treat. That'd be awesome. Everyone saw Cody Rhodes. Everyone saw Cody. And Roman Reigns. And finished the story. Trick, finish your story. And he's pointing at the sign that says, Trick, finish your story. That feels like that dude's been planted there to me. I know what's next. And y'all know what's next. If I want to be the man, I need to slay the Mad Dragon. If he says next week, if he flipping says next week, I'm kicking off. I'm kicking off. If he says next week, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare do Trick Williams, Ilya Dragunov for the title next week. Don't you dare. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 3 weeks. 2 weeks. 3 weeks. Don't you dare. Don't you flipping dare. He's going to dethrone, Trick will dethrone the Mad Dragon. Well, do you know what? He's probably the right one to do it. Isn't he? He's probably the right one to do it. Austin said, I know the show is almost over, but I wanted to come back and chat with you guys. Austin's in the chat, guys. He's in the chat to have a little chat. Hope you've had a good day, Austin. I'm so proud of the man that you have become. Trick Willie Charisma. Hold on. Yeah. Trick Williams, Ilya Dragunov for that championship. One more time. One more time. But not next week. You're full of yourself, as you should be. And you feel like you're at the top of the world. I see it in your eyes. You want another shot. I want it more than anything. My answer, no. Ilya says no. My answer is no. You had your chance. said no. Who do I need to beat? That's right. That's right. He needs to beat someone. Yeah. Number 1 contenders match next week. You're a risk taker. Here's the biggest risk you'll ever take. What's the risk? What's the risk? You want a shot at my championship? NXT championship match in 2 weeks. But if you lose and I beat you, you leave. If you lose, you leave NXT? Why has Elia done him like that? Why has Elia done him like that? Why has Elia done him like that? Elia, if I can't defeat you, if I can't slay the Mad Dragon, I don't belong in NXT. I accept. Wow, spring breaking. Spring breaking. Handshake. That was a bit awkward for a second. I thought something was going to happen. Oh, Carmelo! Carmelo! Boom! Double knees! Carmelo! All over Trick! All over Trick! Oh, Carmelo! He looks fly, man. He looks good. That jacket looks great on him. Did you hear the Velcro? Nothing says quality championship like a Velcro strap. Next week. Steel cage match next week. Carmelo Trick. Oh. 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 No. Can't. No. I love steel cage matches. Oh, cage match next week. Well, you know Tony Khan will be watching. He loves cage match. Steel cage match. Carmelo trained at Netwar. Didn't you go and see him? Was it Beyond? Daze is fuming. I love cage matches. Everyone knows I love cage matches. I mean, I feel confident that Trick will win it, but no. At least I dodged the bullet that was the title match. William said, Daze, my penis is Velcro. I've got three sizes to choose from. That'd be quite good, wouldn't it? You know, if you're just going out on the town and you just want something that doesn't get in the way. And then, like, obviously, if you find a lovely lady, but you don't like her that much, so you just go for, like, medium. But then you find a lovely lady and you really like her. And so then you go for the next level up, don't you? Okay. NXT level up. You go, I'm having more, honestly. We tiptoed through that and I thought I did well, so I'm going to have some chocolate. That just means that you're a grower and not a shower, said Tommy Toy Travels. Nando, shout out to you. Can you imagine Tony Khan hiding behind a plant pot? That might not need to imagine it. I wonder, when that footage is shown, I wonder if people will alter it. You know, like how there's cheeky people that like to take images and alter them. If you do have like Tony Khan, you could probably get CM Punk closer to Tony Khan. Maybe get him up against the wall and make it look like he's fearing for his life. Honestly, that footage, there might be, it depends what's shown and how good it is, but There might be some fun memes that get created from it. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. It's going to be fun. Tommy has got a big stream tomorrow. Bryan said, where was Valhalla during the Ivar segment? I don't know, to be honest. Was she around yesterday? Or was she around... Because Ivar wrestled yesterday. I don't know that she was around. So, I don't know. Perhaps they thought, well, we don't really need Valhalla. She's not going to provide loads for this bit, so we'll just bring Ivar in. I don't know. I don't know where she was. It's amazing what can happen in 48 hours. First Roman was champ, then he wasn't. Now Corbin just lost his title. What is going on? Oh yeah, this is moody, isn't it? This is moody for Austin. Oh God, his two favourites. His two favourites. Right, oh, I need to go and I've got all the scores, so that's good. I do need to go and do Unseen, but before I run away and do that, I need to put up the poll for NXT so that we can get vote in. Vote in. Let's switch over. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Right. I can tell you that Raw yesterday was great, 78%. That's really not bad. But WrestleMania Night 2, 85% all time. 85% all time. How is that ever going to be beaten? How is that ever going to be beaten? I mean, the very top score you could get out of all the options is 100% all time. That is the very, very top score you will ever be able to get. And out over 500 votes, it's got 85% all time. That is just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. That's how big it was. What we witnessed. And do you know what? I think NXT did a great job of tonight of keeping up the excitement of WrestleMania. And even though it's not, even though like we've got the footage with AEW tomorrow and WWE are putting out that documentary, this was the last like live show for us to watch of this kind of WrestleMania periods. And so in many ways, that's it. This is it. This is the end of really what has been an extended WrestleMania weekend, you know? And oh my God, I've loved it. I've absolutely loved it. And I hope all of you have, and I can't believe that my voice has kind of come back a little bit. I feel like we can keep going. What time to be alive. We could watch another show now, couldn't we? Imagine if WWE had like ECW as well, another brand, and that was on like late at night. Like maybe that started now. Oh, that would be good, wouldn't it? And just an hour. Just a little hour. Little hour. ECW show. On the network. On for an hour. Tell you what though, if NXT Japan is coming, I'll see you for them streams. I'll see you for them streams. Do you know, if I really think if NXT UK was around, I'd be tempted to do that as well, you know. I'd be tempted to do that. I think I miss it. Now it's gone. It's funny because I didn't watch it when it was around. I watched it at the start and then it sort of lost me a bit. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just riding a high really of WrestleMania weekend, but oh, I've so enjoyed it. And a big, you know, I say it a lot, but a big thank you to everyone that's joined us and supported the channel. And I hope you had a great time. I might return. Oh, deleted. Thank you and good night, said Love Cats. Tommy said WWE needs a 1 hour rampage, like main event or superstars that's not ass. I think you're right. I really think you're right. I mean, main event is, I mean, I don't even know if they still do it. I think they do, but it's completely throwaway, isn't it? It's really just a little warm up for the live crowd, and it's, I suppose, just a little bit of extra content to go onto the network, but it doesn't mean anything. I would say NXT Level Up is more important. I mean, Javon Evans, who we saw tonight, he cut his teeth on NXT Level Up. So he was in NXT Level Up, and he he was like showing all the stuff we saw tonight there. So you could have seen Javon Evans before he debuted, and there'll be people on NXT Level Up that are gonna be debuting in the future. So if you want that next level down from NXT, it exists. It's called NXT Level Up. So I would say that's got more of a purpose than main event. Main event doesn't do anything. So, yeah, I would love a 1 hour ECW show, though, where, we go extreme. Let's go extreme. Blood, barbed wire. Who cares? If that's what the brand is, and that's what it's known for, you can choose whether you want to watch it or not. It's your choice whether you want to watch it. You might not like it. It might not be for you. Don't watch it. It's not a problem. But at least offer it. And I think that you've seen that there is an audience still for that stuff with CZW, GCW, even what we've seen in AEW. I feel like there is a gap there for WWE to put that kind of a product on. And with Paul Heyman around, he might not want that, though, because it's a lot of work running a promotion. He might be like, no, thank you. Them days are behind me. But I don't know. I feel like if we could get something like that, there's a place for that, James said pro wrestling is back. Someone said NXT Africa. I'd love NXT Africa. I wish Alex Jones was a wrestling podcaster instead of a douche. I love the deep state wrestling vibe, said William. Who the F watches main event anyway? You don't? Are you saying you don't? That must be the only wrestling show that you miss them. Kyle said, is anyone watching Speed tomorrow? Well, I think now we know what it is, and we know it's literally just a 3-minute match on its own, and it's not a show that we can stream, because you can't really do a live stream for a 3-minute match. So, yeah, I mean, people will watch it. I'll watch it. But I think it really is going to suffer from the fact that it's not like a 10-minute show. If it was a 10-minute show, I would do an hour stream. I'd do an hour stream because we could watch it for 10 minutes and then talk about it, and talk about it before, talk about it after, talk about any other news. But a 3-minute match, and then you don't know when the next 3-minute match is going to... I don't even know when they're going to drop the matches. Do they drop them quite close together? Was that just last week? Are they going to drop one at lunchtime, one a bit later in the day? I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be going forward, It just feels like they've got these matches and they're just going to put them out on a Wednesday. But I don't know. I feel like it would have benefited from being even just a 10-minute show. 2 matches, maybe a quick interview in between. Maybe a quick interview with the winner after each match. And that's your show, Match, interview, thanks a lot, bye. All done, 10 minutes. That's it. But instead, you've got, like, a match here, which I don't know when it's getting released, and then there's another match that seems to drop later, and you watch now, we won't do a stream, and they'll do a 10-minute episode or something. They're always screwing me over. James said, no, I don't watch it. I'm a fake-ass wrestling fan. Oh, there we go, confirmed. Guys, James has confirmed he is a fake-ass wrestling fan. That is now confirmed. Tommy said, I'm out. Time for bed. Good night, cuties. Tommy, good night. Good luck tomorrow. I hope that the stream goes well. And I hope that everyone enjoys whatever it is that AEW are going to offer up. Mr. Quake said, I can see Oba Femi headline in NXT Africa. Big Time said, do you think one night or 2 night WrestleMania? Well, I like 1 night WrestleManias personally, but as a streamer, obviously, 2 nights are better for me because, you know, we get to do it twice. If you do it once, you only get 1 big stream. If you do it twice, you get 2 big streams. So as a streamer, and someone that does watch-alongs, it's clearly better that there's 2. As a fan, I think it's better that it's 1 because I think you could take the poor matches off. The matches that are okay, the ones that are like, yeah, it's fine. You could take them away, just leave in the title matches and the big juicy matches, the ones that really matter, put it onto 1 card. We're dealing with undeniably the greatest WrestleManias of all time. This still is in the conversation, but it's undeniable that the score of this show was brought down by that Usos match. The Usos match brings the score down. The 6-woman tag was, you know, filler. The Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio match, you know, the street fight, Philly street fight, it was okay. It had a bit of humour to it, but I wouldn't have lost any sleep if it wasn't on the card, right? I mean, I feel like you could have took those off, kept the title matches, and any other matches that, you know, really delivered. And then you've undeniably got, like, an incredible show, haven't you? An incredible show. So, as a fan, I think the quality is better when it's 1 day. As a streamer, I prefer 2. The goal is, can they do 2 day 2s? What we got this year, which was day 2, can they do that twice next year? Right? If this was the very first WrestleMania that Triple H got to do all by himself, no interference from Vince or anything, this was the very first one that was all just Triple H, I think you've got to say, let's go. I think you've got to say, this is exciting, yeah? Because hopefully he can make it stronger in the future. He can make it better in the future. Any weaknesses, we can tweak, you know? We want to learn from anything. We're learning all the time. He's learning all the time. So if this was the first one, hopefully we can build on it and make next year even better. Imagine 2 day 2s. Amazing. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. So that's the goal. That is the goal. And it will happen. At some point, we will do 2 perfect days of WrestleMania, and that will be the greatest WrestleMania ever. But I'm just not quite there yet. A lot of people were down after that first day. There was a lot of grumpy grumps after. You don't need me to tell you, because you saw for yourself there was a lot of grumpy grumps after day 1. That main event definitely helped things out. But we will get to the point where we will have 2, like, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 days. I mean, because, you know, WrestleMania hopefully is here forever. There might be another 1,000 WrestleManias. Well, at some point, one of them. We're only at 40, right? So imagine if there's another 1,000. At some point, there will be a WrestleMania where both days are just perfection. And I hope I'm around to see it. I hope it's next year. Right, I could sit and chat with you guys for so long. Big Time said, I feel bad for Jimmy and Jay. I know deep down it was their dream match. They wouldn't want it to fall as much as it did. I think it hurt Jay's image. Maybe, but he bounced back with that win, didn't he, yesterday? And I think he'll be all right. But I think that it was a bit of a knock, yeah. And, you know, sometimes it just doesn't work out. I don't know what they were going for. I don't know why there were so many super kicks. I don't know. Do you know, it's hard. I mean, they've been tag wrestlers doing amazing, quick tag work. It's a different animal being a singles wrestler. And I don't know, perhaps it was there. We thought it was going to deliver and it just didn't on the day. Perhaps it was just a bad day. Perhaps you could do that match every day of the week and it would bang, apart from the Saturday that they did it on. So, I don't know. It is what it is. The WrestleMania was so good. It's certainly not It's certainly not a problem. It's certainly not ruining anything, but it does just stop that WrestleMania from being, you know what I mean? Well, not just that, of course. There are other things that were just okay, that could have been better, but it was still an amazing WrestleMania. It's still in the conversation at the top echelon of the rankings, right? I don't know if it would be S tier or A tier. I don't know where it goes, but I feel like that's where... If I was doing a WrestleMania ranking right now, and I got to WrestleMania 40, I'm looking at S tier, and I'm looking at A tier, and I'm like, this is tricky. Because day one definitely had its downs, but that main event is so... Both main events, actually, are so good. They are so enjoyable. And that really is all that matters, you know? People praise WrestleMania 3 mainly because of, you know, Hogan and Andre, and not even the match. Just that moment where they confront that stare at the start. That does heavy lifting, that does. That stare down where Hogan's, like, tentatively steps up to Andre, kind of goes over to Andre, and Andre's like... That does a lot of heavy lifting for WrestleMania 3. And certainly for the main event. So the main events of these are going to do heavy lifting, and they both delivered. So you go, A tier or S tier? I think, it's hard. It's hard. I think, to be honest, if someone put it in S tier, I would understand. But if someone put it in an A tier, I'd understand. So if they put it somewhere down the bottom, I'd be like, what, you mental? What are you on about? It's much higher than that. So if they did that, then I think they've lost their mind. But S tier, A tier, either of those. Right, I'm going to go. I could sit and chat with you guys all the time, but I've still not had any dinner, and it's 3:30 in the morning, so that's ridiculous. And I haven't even begun to work on Unseen. Once Unseen's up, I've got all my paperwork that I need to get into the spreadsheets so that we're up to speed with that. I'll be around. I'll pop in Tommy's stream tomorrow, and I will do another Unseen tomorrow, but I've got to be honest with you. I think for the past few days I've been getting like 5-6 hours sleep a day, which is fine, and I can get through on that, but I am looking forward to a nice 7-8 hours. Oh, nice 7-8 hours sleep tomorrow. Recharge the battery, eh? Get ready to go again this weekend with SmackDown. And UFC, I need to research UFC as well. So UFC 300's coming up, so we've got to do the research for that. So, yeah, need to go off and sort all of that. So a massive thank you. Appreciate the support. Jumpin' Jeff Farmer said, beans on toast. Quick and easy. And it tastes so good as well. So thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.